Kevin.
Oh, we're live.
We're going
And
on a
we're
live
live.
chat right now.
And we're live. Welcome, folks, to Tuesday Night Live Chat with Tom and me, Nancy, the beekeeper. Howdy do. We have some folks in here already. Hi, Grayson. See Grayson.
Yeah, well, yeah. Um, can I call you back tomorrow?
Who else do we have on here? Gary? Oh, Brett. I'm still eat. I hate to eat on live, but it caught me the last couple minutes of dinner. Um, of course, every new live stream we have, they changed something and there's more buttons to push. Here, Tom, I had you muted. I got you unmuted.
Gotcha. Hey,
Um,
Brent.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Uh-oh. I wonder if Rick can only see. Curious, but so a couple things we want to talk about. We want to talk about beetles. I've never really had beetle problems until this year. My one yard is kind of crazy with them. And oh, I forgot about the night bot. I have to go in and I have to go into that program. Tom, when you start talking, I'll go into that program and see what's on there.
All right.
Um,
Nancy wants to talk about beetles, beetle traps. I also wanted to bring out that every year is different. One example is, I've been beekeeping since 2018. We've always had a dearth during August. This year, there has been no dearth. The flow stopped probably about the middle, first or second week of July, but there's still clover blooming. Now ironweed start blooming. There's always was something blooming where they never stop brooding. So my queens are still got 5 frames of brood. My hive's still got 5, 6 frames of brood in them. So they haven't slowed down one bit. So now we are supposed to finally get some cooler weather next week, so that might do it. So you always got to be on your toe. Every year is different. You got it, Nancy?
yeah, and the other thing too is with that is dates. Like one of the things that I think some people want to do something by a date, like September 1 or September 10th or July 1 or I think you have to be really flexible as to what you're seeing in your colonies and not so much about the specific date of that year because for example, June 1st here in southeast Pennsylvania, I'm north of Philadelphia. June 1st, our night temps were in the 40s this year. So that totally blew my spring because they thought it was March 1st. They were acting like it was March when it was June.
Yeah, we've had rain
Raven,
every week.
Raven
It's
Shear.
still green
Yeah,
as
well,
can be.
I had brief stints in there. Like the rain was just beneficial for me here. It was the cool. We just never got off the ground until the middle of June, and I haven't been in my colonies. I haven't been in. I haven't pulled any frames in probably a week and a half, maybe
Yeah,
2 weeks. I mean, I'm down there every day. I'm watching them. I'm smelling. Like you can kind of tell by the scent of your colony a little bit about what's going on. So
right.
I just
Nancy, we might have a new person on here. Ravenshire Farms.
oh, hi Ravenshire. Sure, it
Have
seems like I saw that name before.
you
Hey
seen it
Ravenshire,
before?
where are you from? Where do you live? What's your uh what's your location?
Hey, hey, Mike.
Yeah, I thought so. Eastern Tennessee. Hey, you know what you're near? You're near the Virginia Beekeepers Convention. I call it a meeting, but it's in the end of October. So Tom, I thought about going. We talked about it last night on Bill's chat. So I Googled it, 7.5 hours
Wow.
to Virginia. It's all but to Pigeon Forge. You know how Virginia, well, it's this way, I guess. Virginia runs over into Tennessee.
Yeah,
I mean, another hour, 2 hours, you'd have been at the Pigeon Forge. I don't want to do
gotcha.
that.
Yeah, I think it's a good 9 hour drive, 10 hour drive for me.
How long does it take you to get? Oh, how long does it take you to get a Pigeon Forge?
Um, Pigeon Ford. Oh, that's about 5 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours. I just drove through it. I just went to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hours.
All right. This might be another hour for you.
Another
East.
hour, 5 hours. I might go to the one down south, um, down in Louisiana, wherever it is. I have to look it up. Just because I'm retired, make a road trip.
Louisiana. You mean with
Well, the
Mike
southern,
Berry and Mr.
yeah,
Ed and all that?
right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
When is it?
It's pretty late in the year, so I haven't looked at it real close. I want to say it's
Ravenshire. You are a very smart person. The first couple years I spent, I invested, but then I started flying to the expo in Kentucky, and that really limits your your items when you fly.
right. Wouldn't make sense for me to fly. It's only 90 miles away, maybe 100, no more than 100.
Oh, collector finally got rain today.
Yeah, we finally had a week where it didn't rain, but it rained today. We got over an inch today.
Well, I don't know if I want to start with my stupid stories this early, but I'm gonna do something dumb today again. So I go to my Fort Washington hives, and I'm there just to do an exolic vaporization, right? That's all I'm there for. So I have a 5 frame. Sorry, I'm fixing my camera. I have a 5 frame down there and two 10 frames. My 5 frame needed a entrance reducer. I had only had a screen rolled up, stuffed in there. So I put the entrance reducer on. They weren't really out. It was cool. It was 9:30 this morning. So it was cool, still cool. And had my Instabap, Mila Robbie hooked up, and it was coming up to temp, coming to 432. And so I put my vaporizer on, and I went and I vaporized the 5 frame. And I was looking at one of the 10 frames that didn't have an entrance reducer on it. It was the bottom board was flipped over, so it had that real small. Thought, yeah, you know what? I think I should get an entrance reducer kind of up there, because this is the colony. These are the colonies I'm having a terrible time with beetles. I'm not experienced with beetles, so I'm in my vaporizer, and there's probably 200 bees sitting on the front porch, and I think I'm going to put a entrance reducer on. They lit me up.
Oh man.
I see you're laughing. Because I felt I had my veil on. I had my vaporizer on. It wasn't but so I got two stings to my arms. I know that. I got sting between the eyes. I've got probably four stings along the temple, which freaking hurt. They hurt. Get out of here.
Yeah.
About four stings on the temple, and then I got one back behind here. Luckily, I had my hair up, but they come after the glasses. That's what they're always, you know,
Right.
awful, awful.
Well,
Hey,
I got
Rhonda.
stung
Hey,
about
suck
20
it.
to 30 times Saturday. I went, Morgan Smith, he used to get on, but he works 10 hours a day every day.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
him.
I went
Yeah.
up there. I went and helped him Saturday move a couple hives. And Friday night, he was supposed to close them up. Well, they had too many bees out in the front, he told me. So he put burlap around them and then try to tape with duct tape close the burlap. Well, it didn't work. We drove to his old house Saturday after I got there around 10 o'clock, and there was bees all over the burlap. And all I brought was a veil and gloves. So at least I didn't get
Uh,
stung on my face. And we picked these hives up and put them in his truck, and I'm just getting stung all over my legs and my arms.
they don't
But
like
we
burlap.
got him. Yeah, I told him next time, and this is good advice. He didn't have a smoker with him, so he couldn't smoke them in. I said next time, just grab some long grass or long weeds, make a bundle in your hand, and use that as a brush to brush them down. And they'll fly and then go back in the entrance. And they
Mm.
won't sting you because you're brushing them with Mother Nature, with weeds,
Oh,
grass.
hey,
Because I've
I
done
have
that
moved them
before.
with grass before. I have moved them. Just a couple. And we got some new
Yeah,
people in here. Well, not new, but hi, Jeremy. Jeremy Davison. I don't remember that name. Where are you from? Hey, Brian, Colorado. Kimberly's
hey,
in.
Brian and Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly.
Yeah. Let's see what Brian's saying here. Temperatures are gone to break off. Oh, so mine broke yesterday. We have our air off. So when our air is off, it's I don't I think it says it's
you
what's that say? 68? 68 outside?
know
So
how hot
nice
it got?
break.
You know what I had, Nancy, today?
What?
97. 97 today. It's been hot.
Why are we so cool over here? Coming down from maybe it's coming down from Canada.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh, hi
Hey,
Jeremy.
Vincent.
Welcome. Northeast Maryland. We got quite a few guys from Maryland and a lady Lynn from Baltimore. Yeah, we're represented in Maryland. Nice to have you. Thanks for coming. We we're kind of more of an advanced speed chat, not a beginner. We're not going to really talk about like all that beginner stuff, but we answer questions and
Yeah.
we're always evolving. Tom and I are both 8 year in our eighth year, and we'll have some guys come on that are queen breeders and in a lot longer than us. So share
Right.
your good, your bad, and the ugly. We are shame free here.
So I still have drones. I still have, there's still swarms happening. It's weird. I've never seen anything like it. I had one the other day that flew in, and I know a friend of mine had a swarm the other day, got called for a swarm. and they're regular like swarms. So not mine was a little one. The other one was a decent one.
Oh, I can't figure out this camera. JW was talking about something swarming on him yesterday. I haven't had any. I only had one swarm this year that I usually catch my own swarms because I clip my queens.
Yes, so
So
do
I know
I.
that I know they're mine. And I only had one this year, which is
I
amazing.
had five. 5 out of 45 is not bad. And 3 of them were coming from my new nukes. I wasn't expecting that.
Hawaii. We got Zach from Hawaii.
Yeah, Zach.
Wow. Hi,
He's
Zach
grafting.
from Hawaii. Cool. Welcome. Hey,
So I walked.
Brian, I'm curious to hear. Sorry, I'm talking over you. Um, Brian's here
Yeah,
talking about this Veraxan. Hey, I'm curious to hear about your numbers and what you thought of that in a little bit, or now, or whenever you're pulling it off. So you should know something, I guess.
right. I actually introduced a virgin queen into a 6 frame mating nuke today. So I'm still doing spring stuff.
Jeez. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make splits. I don't want to. You want ugly? Kimberly's got ugly hair. Let's see. What do you got, Kim? Oh no. How did you fix it? I guess,
You
yeah. How did you
got to pull it
fix
all the
it?
way apart.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, stop feeding because of robbers. How do you feed Ravenshire? I do in hive feeding. I run 8 frames, so I don't have frame feeders, but I have rapid rounds and buckets. And I'm telling you, I'm
Yeah.
fed up with those buckets. They're a pain. I mean, when you take them off, they just ah. How do you feed Ravenshire?
My favorite buckets, Nancy, but when I take them off to refill them, I tilt them away so all the bees fly to the front of the hive. Then I pull it away. So I use the bucket as a shield.
Yeah, but when I well, I run my insulation all year round, and I have that double bubble, and I have the bucket on top of the double bubble, and it sticks. So
Oh, I
yeah,
got you.
and I don't know.
Yeah, I got a hole in my lid, so I put them on top of my lid.
Oh, good, Kimberly, you fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the one was really feisty because it was empty. So I slid a screen underneath. I was able to tilt it just a smidge to get that screen underneath there, and then took it off away from me. And then I take it off and then give it a shake away so that everything goes like they go away. And then I slipped another bucket on. But
Ravenshire. How's I got an Apple hive. Do you have your those caps backwards or something? Because no liquid should be leaking down into the hive, and it should all be sealed up.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
Reflect Collector Rick. He had a weird comment there. Oh, Brian, you don't test.
that's right.
Yeah, I do a little bit. I'm not real good about it either. I do washes in the initially, and then I just do bottom board IPM board drops. But I try to do them every 24 hours, especially with formic. I'll scrape them and then I'll read every 24 hours. And then with OAV, I'll read them every 3 days. My bottom boards.
Okay. I've had the old style, I guess.
He runs Apame, so robbing hasn't been
Yeah.
an issue until this year. Huh. Huh.
They must have changed their feeder system, maybe. I don't know.
I know testing is becoming less and less of a thing over the years. I'm realizing, and for me too. Like, but you get these new folks coming in, and it's like you have to. I mean, you got to test your first like 3 years, I think, 3 or 4 years until you really learn your yard. I mean, if you've been out there a
Yeah.
while,
Until
you
you
kind
get
of have a
genetics, until you learn about
kind of.
genetics, and you get your genetics that you want in your yard.
Well, yeah, and I'm not a queen breeder, so I don't really, you know, my genetics are just open mating and over the years of, you know.
Yeah, but you still probably make splits from your better hives. You don't
Oh
split your weak
yeah,
ones.
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm continuing to expand the better genetics, Um,
Yeah,
I babysat
but
them too much, so
you are in a way because you're being selective on your splits.
yeah. Grayson tested more in the beginning, yes. And I think you should be testing in the beginning till you figure out,
Right.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm about done testing.
Yeah, I last year was the first year that I really let some things go. I let some and it was the worst year to do it. I don't know if there's ever a good year to do it, but it was the worst year to do. I let some things, some colonies go that needed to just I needed to get the genetics out of my out of the yard.
Right.
I've been babying stuff along for too many years, and I just thought, you know what, I need a cleanse. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what.
I treated, I did everything kind of normal, but I didn't do the above, and I didn't limp them along, I guess.
Right. That's one thing good when you do grafting gives you. There's a queen that's not performing like it should be. Just go in there and pinch her and put a virgin in.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks later, once just emerged out, you lose about 10 days.
Premature. The purge
Yeah.
horde. Yes. It's get your act together and get out. Oh geez, Brian. I hope no one's watching this chat. Nah.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been treating every 3 days. OAV.
Good luck, Brian.
Yeah, since I took those hits in my temple, it's really tender. I think I got four already.
Yeah, right. That hurts in your temple there.
Yeah, and I feel like then I got one right between the eyebrow, right between the eyes, and I thought, "Ooh, is that gonna puff me up a little bit?" It did. I didn't. I don't swell anymore, but
Evening, Bundy.
my arm. Hi, Bundy. My arm might be a little swollen, but man, I got a headache. Like I got this, like I don't know. It's from the stings. I'm pretty sure of it.
Right. I only had one. I had one sting me at the back of my arm, probably like three or four. I got like three or four stings, and that's like, oh,
Yeah.
when I was helping Morgan.
So Morgan is well, obviously he's near you somewhere.
Well, he's an hour and a half drive north of me, up in
Oh
Indy.
wow. Hey Barnhill.
So my wife and I went up there Saturday morning.
Oh cool. Neat. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh. So were we able to pin? I'm gonna jump over to YouTube quick.
Oh yeah. Well, my comments don't show up on YouTube. Let me see if it does this time. I'll
What?
post it. Yes, it comes up Nancy only. My comments don't. On StreamYard it does, but not in YouTube.
See, I'm on YouTube and I see your comments.
I don't.
I can't pin the sign in. See if you can pin the sign in.
No. Let me close my YouTube and start back up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You gonna leave me here by myself?
No, I'm doing YouTube,
It-
not StreamYard.
Oh. Let's see here. Brian. Oh,
No, maybe.
what's Brian saying here? Let me ask y'all here. Ask questions in all cap because I almost missed it. What health indicators do you look for during a late summer inspection? Aha. Definitely deformed wing virus, bald bee virus, string wing, just all kinds of body dysmorphia on the bee. And I also a good indicator on where your colony is drones. Drone brood, drone walking, just like in spring. You know, when the drones come in, you're like, okay, here we go. And then it's as they're going out in late summer or now, you start to do your evaluations. One, by looking at the body of the bees. Two, by looking at your drones. You know, what do we got left? She's still laying drones. Is she laying only
Right.
drones? Let's hope not. But
And also start check your honey stores in your upper box to see if there's enough pre enough for winter and you might
mhm.
get a fall flow, or do you think you need to start feeding them because they don't have anything in the top box? And get your queen down in the bottom box so they can backfill up in the top box after all the brood's coming out. So they can go through that top box during the winter time.
Yeah, checking the
Yeah,
health of the
winter
bee, and
readiness.
then another I give them a dose of DFM um from
Yeah,
strong microbial, drug feed
anything that
microbial.
help their gut this time of year goes a long way next spring.
I flush them with thin syrup first, Hive Alive, then thin syrup. I flush them out. Like I'm just now getting ready. Uh, this was the last top. I topped everybody off tonight, and now I'm going to start moving towards which I've never used before. What's it called? The syrup. What's it called?
Pro Sweet,
Pro Sweet. Yep.
I used it last year, but I didn't buy any this year.
Ravenshear, yeah, okay. We're running neck and neck, you and I. Do you have Ravenshear, are you a follower of Fred Dunn? Just curious, because I think I find when I find people that pretty much do the same as me is it's because we learned from Fred years ago.
Yeah, the way to
Maybe
be.
not, but hmm?
The way to be. Fred.
Yeah. I actually fell away from him a little bit, which is, I guess, a good thing. I mean, I found that most of the things he talked about I already did or don't do, like equipment that I just don't use. Yeah, Fred has been a
Right.
big okay, there you go. There you go.
I
Do
used
you
to
run
watch him
double bubble?
pretty much.
Do you do the double bubble all year long?
I do. But I flip it over at winter time. My insulations is my inner cover, and the double bubbles on top.
Oh, hey DC. Sorry to hear about your back. Ugh.
Yeah, hey DC. Not up to lifting bummers.
Yeah, okay, double bubble. Yeah, Ravenshear, okay. Yeah. I still
Yeah.
run the rapid rounds too.
Well, I did a non-bee day today. This is the first day this year I did not work on the bees. Seems
What
like
else
I'm
is
always
there?
doing something.
What did you do?
I brewed two different types of beers for the German Society in town. They asked me a week and a half ago to brew some beer for them if I could. So I did.
Beer. He made beer. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
He's
that's an
playing
old
with
hobby of mine.
beer.
Made a couple of DC's favorite.
20 colonies. Yeah, I'm down to 17, which is a nice number for me, boy. 20's good. I like to go into winter with 20. No more than 20. I went into winter one year with 34. And that was just, I was working full time still too.
I'm going in the winter with 29 full hives and 11 or 12 frame mating nukes.
Wait, 12 frame, you overwinter mating nukes?
Well, they're 6/6 boxes, so I'm going to overwinter in them. Those are the ones I just made up, and I walked in the last virgin today, so I did do a little bee work.
Oh, so they're colony. I mean, they're regular colonies.
Yeah, they're regular colonies, but they're in 12, total of 12 frames, 6/6.
Oh.
So I'll push them all together when it gets cold, so it'd be like help each other out.
I have one that I'm down. It's a 5/5, and I told him today, man, you better get your act together because you need to be in an 8 frame by September 1. You need to be
Well,
talking about dates, but I want them to be in an 8 frame by September 1. So we'll see what they did in there. They got 5/5 deeps. So I
I'm
should.
leaving 5 hives sometime in the next month when it cools down a little bit. Next week, I think we're only supposed to go. One day it's only supposed to be in the upper 70s, so it might be that day. I got to build my stand still, so I'm not ready to move them.
Mm,
I picked up a third property, so I'm putting I'm gonna move probably 10 hives over there altogether. 5 of them this fall and a few next year.
Well, I
That's what I'm
have three down
thinking.
in an out yard, so I guess maybe I am at 20. But I don't think of it that way. I think of them as separate yards.
Well, you know what? I got 4. I didn't mention those 4 in my second yard. I haven't
Oh,
even checked. I haven't checked on them in like 3 weeks.
it's a question for
Um,
DC, Tom.
DC, I don't think I will. I don't think I'm going to get it built this year, this summer, because I have another issue. I might be remodeling a house and building a brand new house.
Whoop! You're retired, Tom. You're retired.
I know, but I have. Oh, it's a state issue I have with the state and beekeeping,
Uh,
and
uh,
I wasn't
what?
going. I mean, I can talk about it if you want, but it's not a done. The phone call I got earlier when we were just going live was the
Yeah.
property that's adjacent, that's below me, that I'm looking to maybe purchase.
Oh,
I only have
build your little.
2.95 acres of land
Mm,
in the state of Ohio. You have to have a permit to have bees on your property less than 5 acres, and you're only going to have 2 hives per acre. So I only have 4 acres because I don't. I'm zero point 0.5 acres short, having 3 acres. So I can only have 4 hives on my property.
oh, I see. There's one. So the picture, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I see it. So you're in reg. Okay.
But the guy told me that I was talking to, he was real nice. He goes, "Yeah, they're outdated laws. They need to update them." He goes, "The property that's adjacent below you, I think he's looking to sell his property, and it's 3.2 acres. So he's got an old 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath house. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going, if everything works out right, I'm going to buy his lot and his side property, and then I'm going to spend 15,000. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hire somebody to do it, to remodel the house a little bit and resell it.
Oh.
But I'll still have the lot next to him as part of the package deal. And then I'm going to make a lot in it and build a brand new house on it and sell that.
Why don't you get on the board, like DC's saying, get on the board, get on the city or whatever, whoever makes up your rules.
Yeah. So that'll give me 5 acres because I can remove the property lines once I own the property, and to give me basically 5.1 acres. And then I have no regulations. I can have as like Brian says, I can have as many hives as I want because I'm considered a farmer then with 5 acres or more.
Oh.
So
We don't have any of that here. Hi, James. We don't have any of
yeah,
that
so
where I
I'm
live.
in
I'm on.
negotiation with my neighbor behind me, and you know, buy his lot, buy his house lot and the lot next to him that he owns.
Mm.
Then I got to go change the property lines around and add another lot into the property.
So Collector Rick's talking about asking some questions about Ohio, Tom. So those would be you.
Yeah, where did it? Which I didn't see it.
Oh, how many? Here's one. Oh, no, not that one. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here's one.
how many per yard? If you own less than 5 acres, you're allowed 2 per acre. So if you have a lot and it's less than an acre, you can have two, up to two per acre. So since I
Okay,
only
so
have
maybe you can have 4.
he said I could only have four because I only have 2 full acres.
Hmm.
If I had 3 acres, I could have six. But I only have 2.95 acres. So
So the bigger question is, do they have bee cops? So rules are
right
only
now,
as good as they're enforceable.
yeah. The funny thing about it, when you have less than 5 acres, I have to be 25 feet off the property, the hives. Um, but once I have 5 acres, I can put the hives right on the property line because there's no the only regulations comply to less than 5 acres in Ohio. So it's kind of different. Ohio is kind of different at times. So I talked to him last week and he said he would be considering it. He just called me right when we were going live. And I was on the phone. I'm going to call him back tomorrow. So I might be buying some property, fi- fixing up a 1952 house, and then building building a brand new house and selling that. But whoever said I'm getting too old and I'm retired, you're right. No, Bundy, that's not that. Since I'm going to rehab the house and probably make 30,000 on the house, and since I'm going to build a brand new house, I'm going to have enough money to pay for all that property. That's why I'm doing it, so it won't cost me anything. In fact, I might
Right.
make a little bit. I will make a little bit of money, maybe enough to remodel my house.
Glenn's Natural Honey, that's a new name. Fort Worth,
Yeah,
Indiana.
he's up in Fort Wayne. Hey Glenn, I used to live up in Fort Wayne back in the '80s. The northern half of it.
Small city lot, 2 hives, and increase up to 8.
Yeah, on an acre.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I could have six. So I had 3 acres. I could have like 16 hives, and
You know what,
that would
James?
be enough.
I saw my face look fuzzy too. I don't know how to fix it because I'm not
It's just a
fuzzy.
little. It's just a little
Y'all are
bit.
drinking. Y'all are drinking Tom's beer. Yeah, I noticed it too. I'm like, what's up with that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can fix it.
So hopefully, in a month from now, I'll be in a little over 5 acres, and then I won't have any state issues. The good news is I do have 6 months to fix it. Hey Joe.
Joe Hoff,
Yeah,
DC.
Joe Hall. He's been on before.
So let me go look if I. So certain things when you're on StreamYard, which is a platform we run when we're doing the lives, won't let you change things. Yeah. What's this? Is that better? Let's see. Huh.
Maybe your camera's
Yeah.
dirty.
Am I still? Wait, it's that little thing up there. You just can't even. Here. Oh, look who
I'll
got all
fix it.
shined up today.
There you
Look, isn't
go.
he handsome? He's all shined up and is groomed today. I don't know. Am I still fuzzy? DC. I got my Halloween mask on already.
Gotta get past Labor Day first. Yeah. So I wasn't going to bring it up until I got with Kevin and we got at least a handshake agreement
Right.
because he doesn't know that I want to buy his house too.
Oh,
Because
I know.
his backyard is directly behind my backyard. He used to have horses on the property, but they both passed away. He's not getting any more. I talked to his wife last week.
Hay burners. Man, we talk about bees being expensive, right? I mean, at least we get
Yeah,
honey from them and we figure that out. Like we can be, you could kind of figure that out later on, but horses, ooh, man.
yeah, horses are real
Ah,
expensive. Yeah, but you know what, Nancy? My bees might cost me 370 to 400,000.
you better be making some honey, pal. You better be making
Yeah,
some honey.
but I should be able to get two. I should be able to get 275, maybe 300 for the house. And if I build another house, I'll get 350, 400 for that. I can't go real expensive because the areas below me they're all old houses. They're all built in the 50s and 60s.
I want to look at something here while we're on.
So I'm hoping that I can probably make 100,000 bucks. Then my wife can retire.
Now you're being a real estate mogul.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take out a loan. I'll take out a loan temporarily, but I don't want to have a loan. And then the funny thing about it, Nancy, my son might be needing a house soon. Well, he asked,
Oh,
so and he's really good at fixing stuff. So I might just let him buy the house from me directly, not go through a bank and pay it off. And he can fix it up at the same time. So it might
all
be a
right.
win.
I messed with it. I messed with some of this. Is that better? No, I'm still as blurry as I was before. Huh.
Yeah. Even your
Generational wealth.
background. Yeah.
Well, I did that. I did that on purpose. I did my background
Okay.
just now, like to thinking maybe, what's this?
Yeah, DC. Carry the mortgage from him. Yeah.
Hmm.
I like this one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But in the old days, when I was younger, I would probably done the remodeling. I probably would have built a house. I would have been the builder. But I'm retired now, so I'm going to hire it all out. I know the industry. In fact, I even probably know who I'd have build a new house for me and do the remodel. In fact, his mom is one of my mentees, Beekeepers. I don't think I ever coached him in any sports though, but I might have. I don't remember.
James says, "Oh, hey, I know what I wanted to talk about a little bit. I was on Bill's chat last night, just a smidge. I didn't stay on long. Um, the dinner, the Wednesday night dinner Charlie had at his pizza party last year. Where is the information for that? Do they have a did they start a Facebook page or like where is that information? Does anybody
Well,
know?
a
Brian?
couple. a couple weeks ago, Nancy, I asked Tom and Melissa, and they had probably a spot picked out, a new place, but they hadn't gone public with it yet. They're
Oh,
still
okay.
they were still doing more work at a couple places they were looking at.
Gotcha. Well, they did pick a
They told me
spot.
they told me like the 1st of September. They'll probably let
Oh,
everybody know.
so they're still
So
ironing out some detail. They did say on Friday night they did mention that they do have a spot. It's like far though. It's 10 miles or something.
is
And I know
it
that may not be far, but the hotels have shuttles that run and
right?
they're 3 miles. Like,
Well, I can take 3 people, you and 2 more.
yeah, you'll take a carload from the hotel because everybody in the hotels is basically us. I mean,
Right.
that time of year, it's all bee people. Okay, so Flower Street, Brian says, okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimberly, I go by myself. I leave the dog and the husband at home. It's nice.
You leave both dogs home.
Yep. I leave them home to scrap it out. They figure it out. I buy him some ready-made meals, like Stauffer's something or others, and well, no, I don't
Yeah.
want to get an Uber. No, Tom drive. He's my chauffeur. He's my chauffeur,
I'm the
and
you.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
We have plenty
millions.
of
Like I even
beekeeper Ubers.
yeah, I even hopped a ride with Mike from New Hampshire last year.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet what time Wednesday I'm going to head down. Probably around 2 o'clock. Leave at noon after lunch.
Yeah, the hotel shuttle us all over the place. But then like when we want to go to an outing that's based out of, with the expo, you can find rides. Just everybody in the hotel
Right.
is the beekeeper. Pretty much you stay up all night and talk bee smack. It's
Right.
fun though because you get 3 or 4 days of just everybody you meet is a beekeeper and everything is beekeeping. Like it's all you talk about.
Yeah.
You could have two different pairs of shoes on and no one even notice.
It's a five to
Yeah,
six
Big
hour
Mike.
drive.
Yeah,
Okay,
Big Mike. I get
Kimberly.
right.
Hey, James.
Oh, that's the first 2 years. It was 9.5, 10 hours with the snowstorm. And I mean, 5, 6. That's doable.
Yeah, when Cayman told me he was moving to Louisville, I said, wow, that's close.
Yeah, it's
Plus, I
like
have
90 minutes from
family.
you or something.
I have family there. I got 3 cousins that lived in Louisville.
So, Beetle. Okay, I want to talk about beetles for a minute. Um, hubby worries about the snow. Yeah, you build that in. You build that in because it's the only time you can really go, Kim. It's in January because you're not doing anything with the bees. You build in snowstorms or you build in uh
Yeah,
don't go the back roads. You must stay on the major highways. We learned that the second year.
yeah,
Okay. Um, so I'm experiencing some beetle pressure and I'm not used to it and I'm not sure what to do about it. I've heard of the old ways of the Swiffer sheets. um and things like that. But so this yard is about 45 minutes from my house. So I have to kind of set it and forget it for a little bit. I go about once a month. I mean, I have been going every couple days with doing OAV treatments, but So I don't know if anybody watched Bruce's Bees last video. He did something about the Viroxin strips, which is really interesting, and then clips, and then he had the beetle things that go on top of the colonies, and you squish the beetles when you open the hive. Not really digging that concept. And then this is what I'm interested in. It was it was about that big. So what, 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches square. And then in the middle was some sort of bait, beetle bait.
Right.
I'm interested in those things.
People used to use CD
I did that.
cages. Yeah.
I did that my first year, and then I didn't even really need them. But okay,
And I
so
forget the
um,
bait. Shoot, it was the same bait you put in that too. I forget what it was.
it was roach stuff that we're not allowed to talk about. What was it? What's it called? Anybody
Beater
know what that
Barn.
white
Joe said that Beater Barnes.
beetle barns? Beetle blast. Okay, I'm on Google now. Yeah, not beetle blasters. Beetle barns?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look here. Now I
Yeah,
know
honey
Bruce.
mixed with borax. That's what it was. Yep, Joe's right. It's honey mixed with borax. The
Yeah,
borax kills them.
borax is the borax is isn't that for roaches or something? Roaches?
Yeah, and beetles, fly beetles.
Ah, geez, I click on YouTube, some guys talking about beetles, and it's freaking Cayman. Let's see here. Let me
Beetle
find
belly.
here. Hold on.
I've never heard of that one. Beetle belly.
Here we go.
Now,
There it is.
it's got
Can you
several
see it?
nice gaps right in here where we can keep our bees out of it, but the small hive beetles can get into it and gain access very easily. And the spacing is a space that they won't as likely propolize up. So this is some bait right here that they sell, Bye Beetle Bait. And you can go to their website down below. I've got a lot more to say about this because I'm excited. So in the description and pinned in the comment below is going to be a couple paragraphs of the collaboration between this company, Power B2B, and the University of Georgia, UGA. So Dr. Lewis Bartlett and several of the guys and gals over there are working on a safe pesticide poison that kills small hive beetles but doesn't target bees. Now, this trap this company's working with them. They're supporting them heavily. Gets me really excited to see that because that's what works. We have the skills of the university, we have the private sector, and we have the needs of the beekeeper all coming together to create a great product and solutions for our industry. And because we're a small industry, we need all the help that we can get. So I hope this inspires other people to do that. But the bait is supposed to be, and this is the first generation. This isn't the stuff with the UGA, but what's coming down the road is even better. And what's so great about this is most traditional beetle traps, the beetles have to just fall into diatomaceous earth, fall into oil traps, whatever. And that takes time, and sometimes the beetles just don't do it. This right here lures them in, and beetles are pretty easy to convince to eat stuff, especially if it smells like pollen patty. And it certainly does because there is some of that in there. And so you lure them in with something. Beetles already love pollen patties. I mean, it's right in their DNA. So a little bit of that, a little bit of beetle, bye beetle, and then their history, and you're pulling them to the trap. the University of Georgia has got this product in development that is safe for bees, but in this trap, the bees won't even be able to get to it. And I just love that. So when we opened this hive in the cracks and crevices where the bees couldn't hardly get to them, there was quite a few. Holy smokes. There's a beetle right there. Well, you're not going to get a chance to be poisoned, you little sucker. Evil chuckle. So that being said, it may have been going after this. I definitely didn't have that on there. That was surprising. But they love pollen patty, and that's what this smells like. And just lures them right in. I'm super excited about this. The statement down below to summarize, though, is basically where they're making a safe product. This is being tested. They want EPA certification to where, you know, it's safe for the bees, it's safe for the beekeepers, and we're, you know, safely but productively killing these small hive beetles. So I'm just taking a little bit of this product right here, this first generation of what Power to Bee has made to eliminate these suckers.
So Nancy, it sounds like all you got to do is put some pollen patty, some boric acid, mix it together, and put it in a cup and put it out in your yard, and it'll kill all the beetles. You don't even have to put them in a trap.
Yeah, I really got blurry now. I'm even more blurry now after looking at Cayman. So anyway, did anybody catch the name of that? There was it Bye Bye Beetle? Was that it?
I don't know.
Bye Bye. I can't see the comments while I'm typing. Oh, this is the bait. All right. So hold on, this was the bait.
I mean, Beetle Barn has them. The Plywood Bee Company sells them. They're
I
black.
wonder if Bill
They're very
has.
similar.
I wonder if Bill has them. Bill Shenandoah Bee Supply, who's my sponsor. Let's see. Can you see this? Aha.
That's Bye Bye Beetle bait.
Right. So this is the company that has the Bye Bye Beetle shell only. Can you see that? Let me get over there and
Yeah.
really make that much of a difference. But so there's 12 of them for $24. So $2 a piece. And then the Bye Bye Beetle. What's this over here? 2 traps preloaded with Bye Bye Beetle. I think that's what Bruce had. It would already had some goo in the middle. But I mean, if we have pollen patties, why couldn't we just make our own goo? Right?
Right.
Here you go. That's what I need.
Hey, Randy.
I need 12.
Hey, Clay. And Keith.
Is Keith in? Hi,
Barnhill.
Randy.
I know you've been on.
Clay. Oh, there's some new people popped in. So anyway, so what
Yeah.
we're talking about is I watched our Bruce his last video, and he mentioned about this beetle trap. So I wanted to talk about it because I have beetle pressure in my 1 yard, and I'm not experienced with them. I don't know. Now I did have a slime out in my home yard this year, first time ever. So all the stars are aligning to tell me I got to pay attention and learn about beetles. So I'm thinking this. So let's go see if stop sharing. Uh-oh, where do we go, Tom? Whoop, here we are.
We're back.
Let's go look. I know that our Bill Shenandoah Bee Supply can get anything we want. So
Right.
let's go to his. Let's go do this together. All right. So shop. What do you think? Huh. Well, I don't see. Let's look at pre-order. Whoops.
Maybe treatment and medications, food and feeders, one of those two, maybe. Not sure. Is there a search? No. I think there is now.
Huh. Oh, here we go. Okay. I see. It was down. Can you see? Am I moving? Is it moving here for you guys?
Not moving.
It's not moving. All right.
Your cursor is. There you go. Might be there. Well, there's all
Oh,
this
I want to
stuff.
talk about vaporizers too then. I forgot about that. I want to talk about vaporizers. There's the strips. 20 and 60 pack. He's got the strips. Huh. He doesn't have the Beetle blaster things. Hmm.
It's got more pages, I think. Yeah,
What's that?
not traps there. Did I see that? I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
No, I don't see it here.
Yeah. He might not carry those.
All right. So, real quick while the vaporizers are up, you know the strap, the elastic that you pull? Mine,
Yeah.
mine, I got mine in 2019. So, the ones where you pull the elastic, um, can you replace just that part of the vapor? I can go get it. It's out in my golf cart, but the part where you pull those elastics, I noticed that in the center has a little 3M. It's a little round thing. Can you pop that off and replace that?
No idea. Nancy.
What's that?
I said I have no idea. Can we buy just that part?
Deformed wing virus. That's a virus here. We missed this. Put your questions in all caps so we don't miss them. Deformed wing virus is one of the 23 viruses that are brought on by mites.
Well, Nancy, Rick's right. The form wing virus has been around way before mites ever existed.
I don't know.
I think they're from small hive beetles viruses.
Well, yeah, Deb Delaney used to tell us years ago not to crush the beetles in the hive because they have viruses, but you just can't stop yourself.
Yeah. I don't know what causes it. Small wing virus. Not beetles. Well, they might now, but that's been around.
So here we're talking about an order, Brian, for a big enough order we could talk about it. Oh, we're talking about Randy and his dip, and I thought we were talking about the Beetle Blasters. You say, do we want to do buying power? Want to see if we have any buying power?
Yeah, you have to ask him. Monday, ask him if he can get them.
So DC's opening this conversation about viruses. There is not a virus. So that's a double negative, DC. There is not a virus that wasn't around before mites. Mites just carry them. Hey, Dan. Hi, Dan Weaver. Rephrase
Hey,
that,
Dan.
DC. Anything new under the sun, Tom. It's just that they make for more exposure. There is a virus that was around before mites. Mites just carry them. Okay.
Right. Who knows?
DC, you got me confused. I had to read it without the no's and the nots. Not, no. Doesn't, not, yeah. I don't know. When I see deformed wing virus or bulby and all that different stuff that you can, the symptoms, I put DFM. I dose them with DFM every
Right.
week. And they spin themselves right around for me.
I've never
DC,
seen it yet, knock on wood.
you better go to the expo, DC. You better go to the expo.
I think he's going this year.
I think he is going. We're gonna pressure him.
Yeah.
We're gonna peer pressure him. Hey, Gunline.
Hey, Tim and
Hi, Hannah.
Hannah.
Or Buttons. I'm not sure who that is.
Oh.
Well, DC. So I DFM mine in the spring. My first 2 visits. There's Keith. Keith's in from
Yeah,
his market.
Keith
I thought he
posted
was on.
before.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell. I didn't see Russell in here.
Oh yeah, there's got Russell too. So DC, the first 2 inspections I do in spring, I DFM them, and then this time of the year, and then sometimes I'll do it again before I put supers on. I don't DFM when I put supers because they don't go down the brood box. But then when I take the supers off, I'll DFM, and then I'll DFM again. I'll give them another dose of direct feed microbial from Strong Microbials, so we know everybody knows what we're talking about. I'll do that again here in the fall, maybe twice. I do it when I think about it. Sometimes I'm just doing other things and I'm not thinking about it. And it was funny because the Bob Binney, I've been catching up on some of my Bob Binney videos, and there's a big bucket. He started using it 2 years ago, I want to say. There's a big plastic bucket, and you see the guys go in with their hive tool. It's supposed to be a
Clearing it on.
DFM, but you just get in there and get after. But they use their hive tool and they go in the powder and then just knock it on top and do it at the end. Here's just a food for thought on that. It's the last thing I do before I put that inner cover, or before you close them up, is when you add your DFM, because they get fired up a little bit. They roar.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the root cause of the virus problem. I don't know. They just are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Nancy, I think I know why you're blurry.
Why?
Because your background is, and your camera doesn't know the difference.
Well, no, I just made my background blurry.
Oh, it's not a setting?
Hmm?
It's not a setting that you have in there?
Yeah, it says that you can do a little blurry. So I thought if I did the background a little blurry, it would make me less blurry.
I think it made you blurry.
This is the first
Yeah,
night that
blur,
I
background blur. Probably doesn't work that good.
what project is Gunline working on? I think
Yeah, I
y'all just
missed
have
the
to have
whole.
another beer. If y'all have another beer, I'll look fine. Hey, Joey.
Hey, Jerry, I missed this weekend because I was up Saturday I was busy with Morgan, and then Sunday I was catching up on everything.
So Joey, hi Joey, hello everyone. I always put forward in the DFM until it's back in the truck.
Yeah, so he,
Oh,
he
forget.
forgets
I always
he
forget.
forgets to put it in.
I got you. Well, so Joey, what I do is I take it off my golf cart. Like when I'm getting off, I'll grab it and then I'll set it next to the hive. I'll set it on the ground next to the hive, my container or whatever, because I forget it too. Chris Combs talking about these.
Yeah, 1980 in Japan.
So it's the queen. Brian, that was funny.
So maybe it is the queen. I don't know.
The comments are moving way too fast.
They are. Everybody's saying hi, Chris. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. I don't know if we said hi to Mike.
I did. And I just said hi to Chris.
See, we have a lot of colonies here. I mean, in my county, I think we have 500 people in the club. Now, that doesn't mean, some of those are lapsed, but so 500 people in the club. The neighboring county, 700 people in the club. Then I have Philly. We have so there's just a lot of bees here. A lot of bees on the Northeast.
It's a lot in my area. Greater
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Southeast Indiana. There's a ton of them.
Oh, real quick too. I didn't get the um lantern fly, honeydew
Spotted lantern
honey.
fly.
I didn't get that in the mail yet.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, we are running. Here you go. That's the tip for that's what's going on with the blurriness. Uh Usually I run it through my channel, but I'm running it through Tom and Nancy something. Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not blurry.
You gotta drink more beer.
It's
I don't
not
drink.
ready, Nancy. I just brewed it today.
Oh, you don't just crack. I mean, that's okay. You don't just crack the can and then. My one hive in the sun was battling ants in the top of a 12 frame lice, and a lot of bee parts were left up there, but no ant parts. Strange. Oh, okay. So, big black ants collector or little black ant. So my ants, when I have an ant issue, it's more of a problem for me as the beekeeper than the bees. They just want to be up underneath that outer cover, and they don't really get in the colony. So I'm just curious if
At least he's got bee parts.
that sounds like a spider or a vole. Yeah, what Keith said here. My colonies have a black jumping jumping spider. Everyone has their own resident jumping spider, and they seem to take care of the ants and everything else. I get one spider in there, and they're left to do whatever they want to do.
Blue collar black ants. Collector Rick said. I don't know that one. I mean, I got black
Not enough
ants.
beer to make. Wait, is it me or is that? Tom, you see that?
Yeah. I just made 11 gallons.
Oh, close encounter with I don't think we have black widows over here in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I've never seen one. Oh, this has got to be Hannah. This is Hannah, I think. Okay. Ooh.
Hmm. Yeah.
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 Yes. The little black ants. And they're more of a problem to me. They run up my arms and they freak me out. Now, my colonies down in Fort Washington, I popped the lid on one this year and there was the big black ants. Like, oh crap.
I
So I
get
just got all
those.
the eggs off of it. I took them and just knocked them into the woods and took all the eggs out, and now they're fine. They didn't the colony built up enough. The bees got strong enough to again, and they were just between the inner cover and the outer cover. They weren't actually in there.
I only get ants in the springtime, and by midsummer, they seem to disappear.
Oh boy, we got another comedian in the house.
Yeah, same deal. I got coyotes all around and fox
You have any dynamite? Isn't he always blowing
and
them up with
skunk.
dynamite?
Yeah, skunks. Got more skunks this year than ever.
So yeah, back to the beetle thing real quick. I do wanna get I'm gonna order 12 of those traps. And I guess do
Yeah,
we clean them out and reuse them? Those
yeah.
white ones
I think
too?
so, Nancy. Yeah, they're reusable.
Okay.
Why did your one hive have all these hive beetles and the other ones don't?
Well, the ones down in Fort Washington, that's 45 minutes away. And that's the city, that's considered the city. Like Philly, the beetles are terrible in Philly. There's so many colonies and so many people that don't take care of their colonies. Bottom line. So beetles, I think, are what, 3 miles? They small colonies within three
Yeah.
miles, and they'll just. But Philly's
Hmm.
inundated with beetles.
Is all your hives down there got beetles then, or just the one?
Just the three down at Fort Washington
All,
are full of beetles. Now,
all
okay,
three of
so
them.
Fort Washington, all three colonies full of beetles. Pop the lids, hundreds of them
Gotcha.
running. It's gross. They're flying in your veil. Then up here in Harleysville, I had a slime out this year. And I really don't have beetles, but I had a slime out. So that
Is it,
freaked me out. I euthanized the colony. It was a huge colony too, but I euthanized it. Um, and then I run screen bottoms with the corrugated whiteboard underneath. So I put diatomaceous earth on that whiteboard and slid them underneath the screens. And that's really seeming to. I don't see any wiggly larvae at all.
uh,
So I don't know. I don't know. I try to keep my yard clean. I don't I try not to like wipe my hive tool off on my like I just try to keep the wax cleaned up. I like try to take everything with any
Right.
residual.
That's what I do. It's clean as can be. I think that keeps that. I think it keeps most of those small hive beetles, hand salt at bay. I put it on top of my hives next to me, then I collect it all up.
We don't have any giveaways tonight. I'm working on some. Oh, there's Darren. There's our resident comedian. I was wondering where he was.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The Philly has some crazy. So should we bring? I'm gonna bring that back up again. I'm gonna bring that.
I don't have
I'm gonna
hive
bring.
beetles. I see a few in my hives. That's about it.
All right. So I wanted to bring this back up again because some folks weren't on when we talked about this.
Yeah.
So
There
I
you
was
go.
watching Bruce's latest video, and he got some of these uh white cassette looking with some goo in them. The goo is the bye bye beetle bait, which is just roach boric acid, pollen, maybe a dab of honey. I don't know that. And I put it here in the center. Just like an old CD case. Same concept. Your bees can't get in here. It's too small for the bees. So this is what I'm thinking about getting. $2 a piece. Here they have the goo in them already. Who is this guy? I should have this guy on.
Our beetle.
There he is.
Yeah, a little bit bigger up above. Or you can email them or sales
Yeah.
at
Oh, here we go. Is that Matt? Hey, Matt.
Hey
Darren,
Matt.
cooking dinner. What were you cooking, Darren? Oh. Well, more importantly, Chris comes. Beetles lay what? 1,000 eggs.
A day? A week?
Lay 1,000 eggs a day, a week, a lifetime. What? White wash. What? Like Luke Beetle barn clean reuse. I think maybe that's washed with lukewarm water. I'm not sure what he's.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So the Beetle barn, is that the black? Let's go look at that quick.
Those
Is
are the
that
black
the
ones.
one?
It's the exact same thing. It's black. It's the white one. They look almost the same, if not the same.
Oh, yeah, they are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay, they're exactly the same. So there was some black things that you stick on top of your frames, and the beetles are in there, and you squish them. But I'm not real digging that because, um, sometimes I'm not in mine for. I'm not in my
Right.
colonies. So fox and hound here. Hold on, I didn't take you with me. Here. Fox and hound has the black ones. And they're $14.99 for a 10-pack.
Couple dollars more.
That's $1.50
Yeah.
a piece. The others were $2 a piece. Right?
Yeah, were they? Okay. It's a little bit
Yeah.
less expensive.
Let's look here quick. I'm gonna have a
Brent, I
giveaway
don't
from
know if
Fox.
they're on Amazon or not.
I'm gonna have a giveaway from Fox and Hound here in the future. I want to see what what they sell their goo for.
Yeah, they sell them. 12-pack, $12.99. So I found them. Yeah, 30-pack, $18.
Where is this at?
A 20-pack for $18 on Amazon.
Yeah, but what's the company? Amazon's not the company.
Um, Different company, but they make the same thing.
Mm, but
I don't know whose this company is.
this is Fox and Hound here. But let me talk to Bill. Let me talk to Bill.
Yeah,
Because Bill being a distributor down there, he might be able to get us. Yeah, Brent, Amazon. I don't. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get Amazon. I do, but in beekeeping, I think we want to know who our supplier is.
yeah, they're Chinese knockoffs.
Yeah.
But anybody with a
Who's this?
good 3D printer could print them.
Oh, yeah. So mine are in full sun. And I have bottom boards. I can't replace my bottom boards.
Yeah, I don't see a difference, Nancy. I have some in the shade and I have some in the sun, and I don't get beetles in either one.
All right, Matt. How do you prevent them from having complete life cycles? Do share. I'm new to the beetle world.
Have you ever tried peppermint? Peppermint extract?
Bees don't like peppermint.
Bees love peppermint. You put peppermint candy in there and it's gone in a day.
If it was that easy, we wouldn't have hive beetles.
It's the, well, I've had
Oh, Matt.
peppermint.
Sorry, Matt. You just sound, you have this voice of authority, you know? But breaking the light. Well, yeah, well, okay, so all right, all right. I thought you were onto something, Matt. Breaking the life cycle. Give them poison.
Yeah, peppermint keeps the small hot beetles out. They don't like the smell.
So the poison, yeah, so the poison would be, first of all, the bees can't get to it, and then high beetle pressure is after the supers are off, I think.
That works
Yeah,
really well.
drawbacks. I'm using diatomaceous earth under my screen bottoms. Yeah, my colonies are strong. Hey, I euthanized a colony that had, it was a double deep, and it had, I don't know, 10 frames of just brood. Just brood. I run 8 frames. There's a double deep, and so 5/5 was just brood. Everything else was food and pollen. There was a strong colony, and it got slimed out. Randy Klingen, how you feeling? Yeah, diatomaceous earth. So I have peppermint, what? Peppermint oil, essential oil.
What's the soil? Gun line
Huh?
goes Tim handy right here.
Peppermint extract. Oh, like the one you cook with? Peppermint
Yeah,
extract.
yeah, the
Like the
extract
one
and
you
the
would add eucalyptus oil. What's the eucalyptus? I know what it is, but they make honey from eucalyptus. And then what do you put that in, Hannah? Peppermint extract.
you just
What do you?
I just put it in between the frames, right on the frame rest. Drops from a dropper on each side of the box. Just do that, and
Okay, I got you. So you don't put it on like a, yeah, okay.
no, I put it right on the wood in between the frames. I, especially in
All
the
right,
corners.
well, we'll give it a try. Wonder if we could put it in a spray bottle and spray the underside of the inner cover.
That would probably work.
Let it air out a smidge, you know what I mean? And then put the inner cover and it would just like a fume board. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 5 ml eucalyptus oil, 2-ounce bottle of okay.
Yeah, on the frame rest.
Oh, did you ever try to spray it on the inner cover and push them down, push them out? So these colonies are 45 minutes away. I don't want to be going every 7 days.
Just
Or
do it
even
2
every 2
times.
weeks. I go down there once a month. I mean, I could do this at my colonies.
Yeah. I think if you just do it one time, Nancy, they'll leave for a while. They'll come back if you don't keep applying. But if you did it once a month, you'd probably be okay. Every time you went down there, spray.
Yeah, right. I would keep the spray. Yeah, I'd keep it down there. What if I have any peppermint essential oils? I don't think I have eucalyptus either. Let me see. Yeah, and why haven't the big guys, why haven't the big companies come up with that? Is it just a devil's advocate thought?
Because they don't go on YouTube StreamYard chats. Yeah, there's no money in it. Because anybody can do it, make it their own.
Want to soak it in the frame rests. I gotcha. Yeah, they're all running. So in my home yard, I use rapid rounds, and in spring, I put a little pollen patty in there, and they run the beetles up into that rapid round. Well, they run the beetles lay their eggs in the pollen in the rapid round, and then I take that rapid round off and I wash it in soapy water, so it kills them. And that's how I've been controlling the high beetles here at my yard. They don't ever get a chance to get going. But this other yard down is down by Philly, and they have terrible beetle problems down there. I mean, people can't even keep bees sometimes because the beetle pressure's so high.
Yeah, they can't to get it all licensed and all that wouldn't be cost effective to market it.
Well, look at all the junk they put in swarm lure and all that spray bottle stuff.
That's true.
And that's all what, lemongrass,
Yeah,
right?
you can just use lemongrass. In fact, I don't use
Oh,
anything
Tiny
now.
Creek is in. Hi, Tiny. I didn't see you come in.
Hey, Tiny Creek. Yep.
Oh yeah, I
A
lost.
couple of
I
years
had.
ago, I had a couple hives with a few beetles, and I put peppermint extract in it. And the next time I went in there, they were gone.
Well, I will get on that tomorrow, and I will. I should make a video. I cracked that lid down there in Fort Washington. You'll see 100 beetles go. I'll put that stuff in, and then we'll see.
Right.
If my bees leave, Gunline owes me a colony. Just kidding.
Man, I'm tired today.
Glenn's Natural Honey. You know that name? It's not boric
DC,
acid, it's something similar to
the first
Grovex.
person I know that talked about using peppermint and that to get rid of small hive beetles was Earl, Hillbilly Earl, probably 5 years ago.
Yep. Boric acid is to put outside the colony. Yeah, Hillbilly Earl. Remember him? He
Hey,
was at the
Tiny
circus.
Creek, buy pear mothballs and put that in
Oh
in
yeah.
between some of your boxes. Paramoth, not mothballs, paramothballs.
So Tiny Creek, the mothballs, you're gonna see the ingredient, if it has an N, the ingredient starts with an N is no. Don't use that one. There's
Yeah.
another mothball treatment. So Tom, can you look that up? So it's
Well,
not the
I
one.
think they just call it paramoth. Paramoth balls don't have it.
Yeah, so when you go to the store, when you go to Walmart and you buy mothballs, there's an ingredient. There's a mothball has an ingredient with an N. Starts with an N. Don't use that one. Go to the next product over.
It should say para mothballs.
Yeah, right. So right. So Tom's gonna pull it up here.
Yeah, here's well,
Here you go. Here you go.
well,
Put some
Better Bee
hundred
sells it. The dance sells them, but you can just
Can you
buy
pull
them.
it up, Tom? Share your
Well,
pull it up.
I got a page here.
Yeah, so go to
You-
present and invite, click on that, and then it's gonna say share screen. Click on
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to.
I just want to show you a picture too. Sometimes I learn better with pictures than with big
That's what I'm
words.
trying to show.
So go to share screen,
There we
and then it's
go.
going to bring up all your tabs. There you go.
I have to scroll it. Let me make it
So
bigger.
scroll down. I did scroll down a little bit. So the 40-ounce supersize
I'm
Paramoth.
trying to. It won't let me. But you want to buy the paramoth balls.
Thanks, Brian.
It's locked. My screen's locked up.
Yeah, there's crystals, there's balls, there's all kinds of. It
Yeah.
comes in flakes. I wouldn't use the flakes though. I would use the balls. Just because
I don't
it's
know why
easier to
I
chew.
can't scroll.
You got to go back to the page. You stay on the page. Don't go back to StreamYard. You stay on the page on your computer.
My whole computer locked up.
There you go.
No, I picked on one.
Well, anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But I can't get it to move. Well, that's weird. That's weird. I couldn't scroll it on my other Google page. And they last about what 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, a month, and then they kind of dissolve.
Yeah, they dry out or they dissolve. There you go.
Yeah, they dry out. I think that's exactly what I bought right there. They come in a bag.
To see the ingredients on the ingredients. Oops, there it is. Ah,
You got to scroll.
so on your ingredients, if you're looking at the bag here,
Right.
that's what you want. So what I used to do is I put mine through a freezer. So I bought a freezer for just the bees, just the boxes. It's -6 for 7 days. You can't use an old freezer. You got to have one that's going to run to -6. The old freezers didn't go that low. So I run all of mine through the freezer either before extraction or after extraction. And then -6 in the freezer for 7 days, sometimes longer. Then I can take them out and put them in tubs, store them in my basement. And I might have a little moth damage on one frame out of 300, 400 frames. So it's worth it to me. But before I had the freezers, what I used to do was I would take a bag for laundry. You know, when you have a mesh bag, usually for laundry, so you don't lose socks and different things. You can put little things in this mesh bag and throw them in your washer. I used to take those mesh bags and I used to put mothballs in them, these mothballs. And then I'd put those bags, take a frame out, and I put that bag in where a frame would sit. And I'd put every other box, every other super with the mothballs in it.
Todd, yeah, Todd uses hygienic boost. That works
But
too.
anyway, that's yeah, I'm sure there's a million ways to use mothballs. That's just one of the things that I did. Oh, hey Todd.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. Sorry. Tom, are you running? Sorry. Put
Yeah.
that back up.
Yeah. Todd's up. You
Um,
use that hygienic boost that Todd uses.
so when I used them, it was in the beginning of winter. So by the time spring came along, they were long gone. You know what I mean? It only
Todd, it's kind of fun. I put mine in only this time of year, and once they dissolve, like in another month, it's winter
Mhm.
time. They're gone anyway. So they have all
What is
winter.
hygienic boost? What is that?
That's a different material.
Oh, I don't know what Todd's honey cycle is out there in California. He might have a much shorter time
Yeah.
storing his
And
supers
people
and
down in the warm weather don't have that winter dearth time, air things out. So
right.
yeah,
13 is the other one. Well, it's not new anymore, but you put it in like a spray bottle, the kind you pump and then you spray each frame. A lot of work.
yeah, a lot of work.
Well, yeah, Todd, up here in Northeast Pennsylvania, you can set them sideways so the air and the sun comes through, and then you should be fine too. I gotta get more
Yeah.
tea back. Hold down the fort, Tom.
Yeah. I just use a pair of mothballs and I put them in when I stack all my boxes like I did 2 weeks ago. And that's all. And they'll be gone in another week or two. And by then we start getting lower nights and beetles and small and wax moths are gone anyway. I might throw couple more back on the boxes. That's about it. So it's not, I don't need to get anything different. Just this cheap pair of mothballs. I buy just a box of them. So, but then I don't let brood in my medium supers or my honey supers anyway. So if you don't have brood, you won't get small hive beetles, wax moths. You need to have that comb in the big hive.
Hey,
So,
Tom, can you drop the link again?
oh yeah, I can drop it again. I don't know why I can't pin it. There's the link. It's something to do with my YouTube. I was trying to fix it. I don't see my comments coming up on the YouTube side of it.
Tom, I think it's because we have a shared, I think it's because we're sharing.
Yeah. Just comes up as you every time I make a comment. So you need to post it and then pin it.
Right. All right. Oh, I don't even have YouTube up anymore. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I just closed it. Yeah. Well, yeah, if you got pollen in it, yeah, any pollen. Yeah, that is possible, Dan, in your supers. Yeah. If there's no brood up there, they usually don't put in. Oh, I know they do sometimes put pollen up there. Hey, Clay.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever Todd's saying about
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Todd does make honey about all year round. He has those
yeah,
orange trees that bloom early.
the wax moth issue I think is usually in the supers. I mean, I guess you can have some issues in the brood boxes, but I think the bees take care. Those larvae are so big that the bees can
Yeah,
run them out. They really can get them out of brood boxes.
yeah, and wax moths don't like light at all. So if you just have a light on,
Right.
they won't be around.
So if you face them, I face them west, put them on the side and face them west if I need to leave um wax out for
Right.
throughout the year. I just make sure that they're on their short side face, so the bottom of the box is facing east or west, whatever, so the sun goes through them, not just sitting flat down like they're on a colony.
Right.
So I didn't get the lanternfly honey out in the mail yet. I had an event last week and wasn't on, and then I've just been busy. I have to find a box to put the 8-ounce bottles in. Um,
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the comments. I think brought them all caught up. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wax moths around where I live, but they're not an issue as long as the hive's alive. And I don't long my supers are dry. The comb's dry. There's no pollen in them. There's no brood in them. Well, I have a couple. That's about it. I had one bad metal queen excluder, and the queen somehow got through it. Then she got stuck up there. Yeah, he may be out. I don't know. So I
so
don't know what.
let's do a giveaway. Tom,
I got a bottle of honey.
here you go. We're gonna give away Tom's. Tom's gonna give away a bottle of honey. So what we're gonna type in is gonna be hashtag Tom.
Um,
Hold
Tom.
on, don't do it yet. Let me get it ready. Hashtag Tom. Ready? All right. Hashtag
Nobody's posted
Tom.
yet. All right, there's a couple of them.
Dan's had a couple beers. I'm getting more
Hey,
focused.
Brian's
I don't know
here.
why I'm at.
Hey,
So
Brian.
the other thing is we can't. So Tom and I are sharing this on both of our channels. Two things. I'm fuzzy. And the second is that we can't pin the invite. Oh, Castle, I'm
Three
doing a
printers
giveaway,
now.
Brian. I'm doing a giveaway. You'll be so proud of me. All right. So now I don't know here.
What do
So we'll
you
leave it
brew?
open another minute,
All
and then I'm
grain
gonna click
brewery
a
time.
button.
I do all grain, Darren. I did it a long, long time ago. Shoot, probably 10 years ago. I did a YouTube, but I don't think that site's not even up anymore. I should do it. I should have done a YouTube on how to brew all grain brewing. Mash tun, lauter tun, what temperatures?
Bruce Brown. Hi, Bruce. There's a new name.
Bruce,
So I'm gonna hit this button and see what happens. Do you see it? Did you see it?
what? No, no. We didn't see anything, Nancy.
All
People
right,
are
hold
still
on.
posting.
Yeah, hold on.
Click share screen.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Hashtag Tom. Ready?
1 out of 14.
All right. You see it?
It's working. Bruce Brown. All right, Bruce, here's my email. Shoot me your address.
So Brian from Castle Hives walked me through that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was using a different program. It was really complicated. But thanks, Brian from Castle Hives.
There's my email.
So Bruce, this is another. Remember when I did the 2 weeks ago when I did a new person one? A new person won the honey that week from Bruce. But so I know how to do. So I know how to do the giveaways now.
There's my email.
Anybody else want to give away honey? I can do another one. Bruce Brown, where are you from, Bruce? Where do you I'm not sure I recognize your name. I love when new people win. It's fabulous. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get it in the mail. I owe like 6 of them. Oh, the other thing I have to do is I think I'm gonna send them in a bag. I have them in a plastic. Like I gotta check on how to send it. I've never sent honey in the mail before. I don't think I have. So I have to find a box.
Put it in the
Good
smallest
night,
box you
Ben.
can put it in, Nancy.
Your honey's coming, Ben. It's coming. I organized all the winners. I have all the addresses. Everything's good to go. It's just getting the honey in a vessel to send it. I tried to get Brian to put some of his creamed honey on the block here, but he won't send it.
So yeah, I do have my own domain name, Maccabees.
Four
I don't
a.m.
use it.
Oh, no, thank you.
4 a.m. That's too early.
Oh,
Good
we
night,
have
Ben.
company. We have company.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi,
What's up, guys?
Bruce.
How are y'all tonight?
Hi.
Hey, Bruce. How you
Doing
doing?
great.
I'm doing okay.
Just gave
Little
away
scratchy
honey.
throat. What's that?
We just gave away some of Tom's honey.
Oh, well, good. I'm sure it'll be good. How are you guys?
It's sweet.
Yeah, well, it is honey.
Yeah.
We're doing good, Bruce. So we were talking about the little beetle you had showed it on your last video. You had shown some items that you received to try out, and one of
Yeah.
them I noticed was a white cassette
Yes.
style with some goo in the middle.
The Bye Bye Beetle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. I mean, I think you just put them in, right?
No, actually that video was filmed back in July. I put them in, and there were a couple of colonies I put them in that were pretty well infested, and the hive beetle population was way down in them. At least I think one of those colonies did not make it, but I think it was too far gone when I put them in there. But another one that was pretty well infested is just I didn't see hardly any hive beetles. So when you use that, it's a bait that the beetles use, and then I guess they leave because I didn't see any really in the trap, so to speak. But the beetles, the hive beetle population in that colony was way down. The other one that
Oh.
had actually died out, there was goo and stuff in the trap from, I guess, from the dead out, so it was hard to say whether or not there's any bait left or anything. But I'm sorry, my voice is scratchy all of a sudden. Hold on just a sec.
You need to take a swallow of honey. Oh, so you're saying that that the beetles
They
left.
consume it.
I wonder if they
Yeah,
got
they consume
poisoned.
it. Yeah, I think they consume it and they leave. I think either they die in the hive and the bees push them out, or else they just, I don't know what happens to them, but the population was way down. I didn't use very many of them. I think I've used 6 of them or maybe 8 in all my operation. I just basically keep those in my holster, so to speak, to
Mm-hmm.
utilize as needed. So I don't put them in everything. I just, right now I don't have I'm not gonna pay enough money. I'm not gonna spend enough money because 20 of those traps was enough for 10 colonies, and I have 150 colonies, so that would have gotten really expensive real fast. So, but I think they're working. I think they're working fine. I just try whatever. I got all kinds of. Brian says I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. I just got a scratchy throat, Brian, for some reason.
What's he got to be nervous about,
Yeah,
Brian? Bruce,
he's
send
trying
me
to make
your
me nervous.
address. Oh, not you, Bruce. Another Bruce just won honey.
Okay, well, good.
Another Bruce. Yeah, so that's about him to send Tom to send him his address.
On my honey.
Yeah, but so I think they're effective, and the guy that created them, that I talked to at the Bee Expo, said that they last, supposedly throughout the summer, 2 or 3 months anyway, I think. But I don't know. It's my first time using them. So the active ingredient is boric acid, I think,
Mhm.
and that's what they mix it in the bait somehow.
I got Bruce's email.
Okay, so
The winner. So I'm gonna try to get this guy on my chat next week or whatever. I'm gonna try to get a hold of him and see if he'll come on and talk about
Yeah.
it.
He might. I don't know. You just have to. I don't even know his name. I purchased it for full price at the Bee Expo and just tried it out, and it's a great idea down here. I'm willing to try anything to get rid of those nasty beetles. So it's I've got 4 or 5 different strategies I use, and they all work. And when you combine them together, they can knock them out pretty good. But in my experience, honestly, I do have one location that has 6 colonies. I manage some hives there for a friend, and it's just in the shade. It typically there typically are beetles there. In the end of the video is where I showed that place. It's Honey Hill Farm, and it just has high beetle issues every year. I think it's just because of the location, but overall, I have had some hive beetles. I've had a couple of dead outs, maybe 3 or 4 total in my operation, and I think only 1 or 2 of those were actually, I think, high beetle slime outs. The beetles become opportunists when the colony dies out. They'll come in and lay eggs in the pollen, and you'll see all the larvae, but they weren't true slime outs like you'll see when a hive beetles take out a colony. But I think, I've kind of know how to manage the hive beetles. Oh my gosh, look at who we have
Put the
here.
cat jug
You
in.
guys brought this guy on here.
I don't know. He's stuck in.
He's gonna come on here and talk some trash. He said I look nervous. I need you to come and calm me down, Brian. Make me so I'm not so nervous. I got something. I don't know. Something got a hold of my throat before I got on here. I've been talking fine all day, but
he took a look at Alabama's schedule this year, and he's realizing right now that the mullet A team isn't probably going to play so hot this year. So
yeah, I'm real worried about it.
They're going to go up against this Buckeye team, and
yeah, I'm terrified. Anyway.
You look
But
terrified.
yeah, I'm just as terrified as
terrified. That's it.
I'm just as terrified as Alabama is right now about that. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so yeah, Hive beetles are an issue down here. I always lose a few to them every year. I do think that if you've got a super strong colony, they keep them in check pretty well. Even if there are some in the colony, they'll herd them to different corners, or they'll kind of propolize them and almost corral them, so they can't really do the damage. If you get a hive that is a strong colony that gets overrun by hive beetles, then that was just it's kind of rare for that to happen. But I
Well,
think it's interesting because I'll have a bee yard. Just say you got 10 colonies, I'll have a bee yard that'll have one that has a bunch of beetles in it and the rest won't have hardly any. To me, that's almost an indication that there's something wrong with that colony. Even if it looks strong, there must be something that the beetles sense to go in there. Otherwise, why would they not go in
okay.
all the colonies? So that's my theory anyway. And I have noticed if I see that happen, then the colony is usually on the way out. I'll also say
Okay.
that now, if you go to a bee yard and all of them have hive beetles, then odds are it's just a hive beetle infestation everywhere. But if you go and you just got like a couple of colonies out of a bunch, then my theory is that there's something wrong. Maybe they got a virus, maybe they're sick, maybe they've got a mite load, something they're weakened for some reason, even if they may not have the appearance of it yet. Even if the bees look pretty healthy, when you open up, there's a bunch in there. Their odds are they're about to be goners. If you see hive beetles, especially if you see wax moths in a colony, it's probably either they have way too much space or they're on their way out.
I had an infestation the other day
of hive beetles.
I opened up a colony and I think I counted like 6.
Yeah, man, that's
Oh,
listen, I had this past week and I didn't video this. It was getting long and it was hot and I was out. I'm trying to get some editing done, but is it Wednesday already? No. But anyway, so I had a dead out that was sitting there, and it was actually when I had sat on the top of another colony. I noticed it was a dead out. I sat over beside it on the top of the colony, just kind of left it there for a couple of weeks, a week or two. And I came back the other day and I was going through, I had Greg's Queens introduced and I was finding them, they were doing good. So some of those colonies I put Greg's Queens in they just are strong. And so I was going to add the extra boxes from the dead outs on. So before I did it, I took the box. It was a double deep sitting up there with the lid. I set it up on top of another and to kind of store them for a little while, right? And so I stood on top of their colony and I moved the top box off. I took the box that had been the bottom box and I wrapped it on the top of the next door colony. And there were probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of beetles came out of that thing.
oh,
So I'm like, oh
yeah.
crap. So I was thinking, man, I took my hive tool and I was just running it, squishing them as fast as I could. And a bunch of them ran down. I'm sure a bunch of them got in that colony. I'm like, what on earth? But that was like several weeks after I found the dead out. So they were in there doing their thing. Even they were laying eggs in that pollen and they were in there just having a heyday in that box that I left sitting there. So I saw that a couple of times the other day. And so I made sure I wrapped all the beetles out. And if you take those frames out that are full of beetles and you turn them sideways and tap them on the top of a flat surface, man, it's kind of fun to squish them though. I hate to say it. That's kind of bad to say, but I'm talking, I really wish I would have gotten a video of it because there were hundreds of beetles came running out of there and there were no bees. It was a dead out. So it was just, they were just up there laying eggs and doing their thing.
Ruth, I'm with Brian. I think I've only smashed like 10 of them this year.
Yeah.
Well, come down and you can join my party down here. I'm not seeing a lot though. In my healthy colonies, I'm not seeing as many as I normally do. I'm seeing some. This is the time of year right now when they peak. And so there are definitely hive beetles in my colonies, but I've had much worse years and it could get worse and worse now. I don't know. You never know. But up until this point this year, I really think I've only had one true, what I would call a dead out. And that's the one we found when we were harvesting honey. And then I did find one Saturday when I was going through and checking on Zach Heinzelman's queens. Actually, I was checking all the colonies that day in that yard. And I don't think it was one of his queens, at least not one that I put in recently, but that colony was at all mediums and it was a triple medium. And the bees had really reduced down in size, but there was a lot of honey left on that colony. And it had the evidence of there was slime in there. It was that orange, yellowish, nasty stuff. And but it was like half the colony had slime in it and the other half looked healthy. So I condensed it way down and I got all the slimy frames out and I actually moved the hive over on the pallet next to it. I got a clean box moved in next door, and then I put all the bees and clean frames in that one. I don't think they're going to make it, but it's worth a try, just to salvage them.
Mhm.
And I just took all the rest of the frames, and so I got to tell you one of the funnest things to do with hive beetles. If you want to know what this is, it
Okay.
can be. You can turn it into a fun thing if you want to. Have you guys all experienced slime outs before? Have you ever had one? Do you know what it looks like when you
I
have a
had
hive
my
beetle
first
slime out?
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so typically when you have a true hive beetle slime out, it's the problem is it's not by beetles as much as they lay the eggs, and then the eggs hatch into larvae.
Yeah.
The larvae get in the honey, and they start. I guess they defecate in there, and then it becomes a slimy mess. It breaks down the honey. So when you open a colony, you see that the colony is probably going to be a goner. But when you actually pull the boxes off, in the bottom, there often is it's like thousands and thousands of look like maggots in the bottom of the colony.
Yeah.
This all the larvae that have emerged and they've dropped down to the bottom. It's just a gross thing. So what I like to do, it's kind of fun, is I use a blowtorch to light my smoker now. So you turn that blowtorch on and you just run it over those larvae, and you kind of take your hive tool and stir them, make sure you get them all, and it just cooks them and it kills them instantly. I mean, as soon as you touch them with that thing. And then there's always beetles running around. The beetles, it kills them instantly too. It's
I
kind of
want
fun
to
to do
see a
that.
video of when Bruce is doing that, and he's letting out that yee like Turtle Man,
No, I
and
don't.
he's yelling out with that Southern accent.
It's just a quiet sense of satisfaction. I don't have to say anything. The video speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I want to see.
I like this comment.
If there's no video, Bruce, it's never
Well,
happened.
there is a video, but I trying to see if I
So
can
I had
find
my
it.
first slime out, and the reason I found it was because it stunk.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I I
Mhm.
I just recently had beetles, like they showed up 2 years ago, and then I had a strong colony. It was a double deep, and I had 10 frames of just brood, and then there was larva, there was brood, and then there was pollen, and then honey. And I was so freaked out that I ended up getting a tub, a large tote, 55, I don't know how many gallons, 27 gallons, something or other, and I filled it with soapy water, Dawn dish soap, and I just euthanized the whole colony. I just dunked all the frames. I killed all the bees. And now, Bruce, what you said about that colony was sick, I I'm glad I did that. I thought I was overkill. I thought maybe I was being a little overkill, but that colony was so disgusting. There was
Mhm.
no way, like, I could even think how I was going to get that back. So I just killed the whole thing. I dunked them. I think I had to get a second tub, and I just dunked them. I just killed everything. I took the tubs and took the soapy water and washed it all down underneath where that colony was. So if anything was in the ground, but so I froze. So I washed it all out, killed it all, and then I froze them at -6 for like 7+ days, and then I let them sit out in the air, kind of dry out. Then I took the one and I stuck it on top of a strong colony
Mhm.
that needed a little extra space now. So that was probably a week ago. And I want to go and pull that box off because I want them to, I'm hoping that they're going to just clean it up for me. And then I'll have that deep for next spring.
Yeah, I think they
So I
will.
didn't lose.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I we don't. I'm surprised you had like a problem with those, Nancy. I mean, like
Philly, well, Philly is disgusting with beetles. Like Philly,
really,
they can't even keep. Some places you can't even keep bees because the beetle pressure is so strong.
really.
Yep,
And when
yep.
you come over here, like I'm literally like, if you're driving Route 80 and you go into
Mhm,
Ohio,
mhm,
I'm 20 minutes into Ohio. So like I'm pretty close to the PA border.
mhm.
But like where I'm at, Northeast Ohio, we have absolutely no pressure from beetles. I
Ugh.
joke, and I'll say, oh, I'll message Bruce and Greg and I'll tell them, oh man, I don't know, it's looking bad. I counted 10 small hive beetles.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we don't have them here.
Well, Greg
that was
has
me
issues
2
with them.
years ago.
Yeah,
That was me
and
2
that's
years
weird because
ago.
I'm in Southwest Ohio and I don't have issues either.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder if it's something like with the soil or something.
I think it is. There's a
Yeah,
lot of There's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
so now I
One
need to
thing,
learn about it. I need to
yeah,
learn how to, be like kind of figure out how to, get rid of them. And I saw Bruce's
Yeah.
video and I saw that little thing. I thought, oh man, I don't want to do the oil. Like I don't want to do those because it's not gonna work for me. I just know I'm
What
not
about
gonna.
did you see the end of that video? I have some things called beetle crushers. Did you see those?
Eh.
what about
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Well, I I want them. I want to be sure of a demise.
Yeah,
Like
that's
those,
why.
if you don't crush them, like what if I'm not in my colonies for
Well, the
this
bees will
time of
propolis them.
year?
The bees will propolis and trap them in there. But yeah,
Oh,
I put out all the stops. I haven't checked my beetle crushers yet. I'm going to do that this coming weekend to see how they're doing. But
hmm.
I do the beetle. I've never done them before. I tried it for the first time, and then I use the Dixie H700 towels. It's the same thing as Swiffer, like Swiffer sheet principle.
Yep.
I use
Yep.
the beetle blasters. I use now I've got a few of the like a beetle blaster, but it's a 3D printed thing from Robert Peebles, RPB Works in Texas, and they
Okay.
cost like $5 a piece, but they'll last forever. They're not gonna, the
Yeah.
beetle blasters, you can use them just one time or two and then they're done. Those things, and you can use diatomaceous earth. You could use bait in there, and I know that it's off label, but I've used a roach bait called Avion in
Yeah.
my beetle blasters, and you'll put 2 drops of that in a beetle blaster in the bottom so the bees can't get to it, and that thing will literally fill up with beetles if you got a problem. That's really, if I've got a heavy duty problem in the past, and I don't like to use that, but if I've got a heavy duty problem, am I going to do that and save the colony, or am I just not going to
Yeah.
do it because
Right.
it's off label? And so, but I know a lot of people
Right.
use diatomaceous earth, which is a organic substance as well, and it slices them up. I've never really used that, but I'm trying it. I actually put a couple of those RPB Works traps in a colony this weekend to see how that works. And so, and then I'm trying. I've got a few that bye beetles. So I am not like I'm only going to try this or only going to try that. Anything that can murder those
Right.
little beetles, I'm all about
Yep.
it. I can't stand those things. I hate those things. They are the little devils, and they are just. I hate them. They are so productive, but I hate them. Yeah,
That's
rpbworks.com.
crazy.
He sells some really good stuff. He's got those. They're the same principles beetle blasters, but they will last for years. They'll last forever. And instead of buying, one time use beetle blasters and spend a lot of money, you can buy one of those traps or a few of those traps, and they'll last you as long as you want to use them. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're reusable. You can you slide the top off, dump whatever your bait is out, whether it's the diatomaceous earth, the roach bait, or the oil, and then you just rebait, dump the beetles out in the bait, and then you rebait them and you stick them back in there, and they'll last for a long time, I think.
When I very first started beekeeping, I looked at everything and I saw the oil traps, and I didn't know to even look, for small hive beetles. I just thought, I heard people talking about this and that. You got to put these traps in your hives, and I thought I was doing something wrong because I would do my inspections and I would, you're careful with those traps just because and it's almost like an ask me how I know thing, because I'd tip a box and not take those traps out, and then I'm dumping that oil down through my colony.
Yeah.
But
That's why I'm not going to be good with that.
Yeah,
Well-
oil. If you spill oil on the queen, she's a
it's
goner.
it's a disaster. But
Here's the
I would
traps I'm
check.
using.
Yeah, there they are. I would check, and I would see I wouldn't see any beetles. And then I'm sitting there thinking, well, am I doing something wrong because I don't see small hive beetles?
There's the
Well,
trap.
we
I'm
don't have
talking about
them.
the longer. I'm talking about the longer and skinnier one is the one I'm dealing with. It's more like a beetle
Yeah.
blaster. Can you see that? And I've got it halfway opened up there. You're looking at more of the beetle gel, the flat trap, but they also have the long skinny ones. It's like the beetle blaster. That's the one I'm talking about.
Huh.
This right here. Whoops.
Okay. So yeah, I did see them. I thought they were the
That's
ones
them
that you
right
put
there.
oil
Right
in.
there. Those are the ones
Bees?
and you can put oil on them. You can put whatever you want in them, honestly.
Huh.
But they work. I think they're going to work well. It's my first time putting them in there. I've had them for a couple of years, but I
So
really,
you could
honestly,
put so just like you were saying, trying to find something that works. You could put that bye Beetle Be Gone goo
in the bottom.
if you
Yeah,
have this trap.
yeah, you could put that in there too. You could, but I would just what I think is I would put the bye beetle in the bottom of the colony in the corners, like per protocol, and then I would put this kind of stuff in the top. And then you got them covered both ways because the beetles like to collect in the
Yeah.
corners, in the bottom
What,
and in the top. So
what's in the recipe when Greg does that
murder sauce. I'm
What
not
is
sure.
What's in that?
It might be boric acid. I'm not sure. I've had to look at the recipe again. I'd have to look at that
Because
video.
what he would do, Nancy, I'm sure the video it's somewhere out there on Greg's channel, but he would basically put a glob of it in each corner, and it's where the bees would corral the small hive beetles to, and whatever the heck was in that murder sauce that he had mixed up kills the beetles.
Yeah, if it's boric acid, he couldn't do that because I think it would be deadly to the bees. I don't know if the bees would eat it though, but if it's got boric acid, I don't know. You'd have to look at the recipe, but
I'll look.
yeah, there's a video on that. But anyway,
Pollen patty with boric acid.
Let me see here.
the boric acid doesn't kill the bees.
No,
I'll look it up. It's got to be somewhere in his videos.
I don't know. Yeah,
So
probably would.
earth. So I use that. I run screen bottoms here, and I use the diatomaceous earth on top of my whiteboard and slide it under, so that when the larva hits that, and then it's able to last longer than a rain. Like if diatomaceous earth gets rained on you, it's no good. So I slide that under, and I started that this year after that slime out I had, because it just freaked me out. And it is, I'm not seeing any larva on my bottom boards. So
it cuts them up.
Helping.
It'll cut up any type of insect, whether it be a larvae or a beetle or a bee or ants, anything. It'll cut them up. So, but the bees won't get in it, obviously, where you're putting it. So that's good.
No, it's underneath. I mean, there are one or there might be one or
for sure. Yeah.
Underneath there, but they're not supposed to be under there in the first. But you know what that diatomaceous does not take care of is adult moths. When I pull that whiteboard out, the moths are running, and I have to catch them and squeeze them.
Well, they probably keep their legs up. They probably keep their bodies up away from it when they run. I would imagine, like spiders are hard to kill for that same reason. It's hard to kill spiders because their bodies don't touch the surface that they're on. They just kind of,
not like
they're pretty good with
little.
Yeah, if you spray, for insects, it's not going to kill spiders in large part, I think, because their bodies never touch the spray, and they never touch the whatever it is you're trying to kill them with. So spiders are pretty tough too, but that's what I've heard anyway. I know spiders are a lot. You spray roaches and insects and they all die, but you spray an area where spiders are and it doesn't even touch them, at least in my experience. But so yeah, that's kind of, I just pull out all the stops, whatever I can. I pull out all the stops and just try to, if I have a problem, but to treat all my colonies for hive beetles and to put treatments in all of them would be a really expensive endeavor. The towels work well. Those Dixie's H700 towels. A couple of years, I just use those things, and I would put one. They're long enough; they go from the front to the back. And you just put a strip, like you break them into 3 strips, and you can. I think it's like about $80 or $90 for a box of 150 of those things, and they're disposable towels by Dixie, Dixie H700 towels, and you turn them into 3 strips, and with 150, that's enough. That would be enough for 450 treatments. So. You put them out, like if there's a real bad problem, I'll put them across, I'll break the box apart, put it down the middle, and it hangs off both ends. And I put the next box on, I put it, and I just go up each box if it's a real problem. If it's not too bad of a problem, I'll just put it in the top. And when you go back in, you'll just see, if you got a bad beetle problem, there'll be thousands of beetles caught on those things. It catches an occasional bee, so there is a risk that it might catch the queen, but I don't know that I've ever caught. I don't think I've ever caught a queen. It's very, very rare.
Handful of bees to get a couple hundred.
I wish I had that.
Nancy, if you're looking for that video, it's from 3 years ago. I put the link in there. It uses, so he's got 3 pounds of it looked like a lard. I have it muted, so, and then it's half to 1.5 cups of diatomaceous earth, and then it's 10 drops of eucalyptus oil.
Yeah.
And he's got a section in the video that's just it's recipe.
So we were talking earlier, Gunline, Hannah and Tim and Hannah were talking about a peppermint extract with eucalyptus oil. And it's just like a homemade thing you can do and put that on the top bars, and that they're saying that's going to get rid of them too. So, again, pulling out all the stops, like just doing multiple different things, like and really, as long, like, if I do a couple things, I want the beetles to be gone, and then I'll backtrack to figure out which one really worked. But I need to get rid of my colonies down there at the commercial. It's a big farm. I have colonies down closer to Philly, and all 3 of those have. I mean, there's hundreds. I don't even want to pop the lids anymore on them, because I need them to do what they need to do. They're strong colonies, but I need them to do, I was down there today, and I didn't even pop the lids, because I really need them to just keep doing what they're doing until I can come in with something. And that's why I kind of really wanted to just come in with the little, the bye-bye beetle, I guess is what it is. I'm trying to get my name straight here, but just come in and slide those things in there and see if I can.
I had no clue that small hive beetles were an issue over in PA.
Oh yeah, Philly, they're terrible.
Wow,
they're terrible.
Huh.
But that stinks, man. I'll tell you, once you get that slime out once and you smell that smell, now I'm like convinced I'm smelling it like in other different colonies, and I'm not. It's just in my head. But
Another thing you'll notice is if you look at the front of the colony, it's yellow, and there's like some yellow, basically it's pollen that's dripping out. You'll know that you probably have a slime out problem too, or a dead out, because it's just when
I can't even picture that.
It's gross. It is absolutely nasty.
Unreal.
It is yeah, it's nothing you want to experience if you can help it.
Oh man.
But one thing I don't know if you guys ever heard of Larissa, Beekeeping Made Simple. She's
yeah. She's in my area. She's from my area now.
Yeah.
She moved from Hawaii to here.
She moved back over there.
Yeah,
Have you met her? Have you met her?
Not in person, but I've talked to her on the phone, and yes.
I had her on a video. She came on with me. We did an interview a couple of years ago, and that was back when her channel had just a few thousand subscribers. So she's blown up. She's blown up. She's doing a good job.
Yeah.
But so in Hawaii, they had a lot of hive beetle issues over there. It's really bad. So I asked her what she did, and she said that if they find slime outs, that she would just take black garbage bags with her, and she would just throw the frames in there and just like rake everything into those bags, then take it and just destroy it. It's really like, if you got like one colony or something, it's not a big deal. But when you go through and if you've got, they're just so nasty, you just can't. It's almost overwhelming. It's hard to deal with them, because a couple things. Number one, the frames are nasty. Number two, you have all these larvae everywhere, all writhing around and crawling in the frames and all over the bottom boards. I figured out how to deal with the ones on the bottom boards now with my torch. That works so good. Just burn them up. But the ones that are in the, and also another thing, if you have like chickens, you can just kind of sweep the larvae into a bag or a bucket and take it and just throw it in there for your chickens. Love them, man. Any wax moths, or they will eat the heck out of those things. They love them.
Why are you discriminating against my quail?
Well, quail, any type of bird, quail probably would too. I don't have quail though, so most people don't have quail, Brian. But so yeah, I think she just said she puts them in garbage bags and just destroys them. And I did that for a while. I had a problem right after I talked to her, and if I found a bad slime out, I had some big black garbage bags with me, and I would just just get rid of the frames and start over. You can clean them up like you did, Nance. You can clean them up and all that stuff. And what I actually do what I've done this year, since I haven't had very many, is I'll just I'll kind of clean up the actual spot where they were. I'll roast the larvae I'll try to kind of beat the larvae, all the beetles and larvae out of the frames the best I can. If it's really slimy, it's hard to do that. And then
Yeah.
I'll just take the box full of the frames that has the slimy honey, and I'll set it off to the side. And if the bees want it, they can have it. Lots of times they don't mess with it because it's just nasty. So I leave it out there and just kind of let it weather for a little while. And then I kind of deal with it. If the frames are salvageable, I'll salvage them. Otherwise, I just burn them or get rid of them because it's just not worth. It's just so
Right.
nasty. The number of colonies I have, I can deal with 1 or 2 or 3, but if it becomes 10, it's just 10 times a double deep is, that would be what 200 frames, and then it's just way over on me. This is a picture. I'm not sure if you can see this. Those are the towels. Some of the towels I used.
Oh,
That was back, I think, in
Wow.
2021. And those are just, I laid them across the top of the boxes, and they just are, it's hard to focus on here, but they had just absolutely,
Real.
there's thousands of beetles in those towels. You see how the bees
Hey,
kind of,
Brian,
pick at it, the
share-
bees kind of propolize it, and the
share
beetles
this on
get
your
caught.
channel, Brian.
I can't even I can't even fathom that. I mean, because we don't have
Brilliant.
that.
So there must be,
Well,
the beetles must be external to the hive where they really mass produce also. Get that many in a hive.
I
wonder-
think they originally came in. I don't know that they were. I don't know that there's just so only in beehives. I think that they also possibly reproduce in watermelons and fruits and things like that. I think they may have actually come in from. I believe they came in not necessarily with bees. I think they may have come in like in cantaloupe, watermelon type, and melon type fruits, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure about that.
so after years of listening about beetle problems and not having them, I would kind of zone out a little bit, and then I'd come back to when they, stop talking about the beetles. But one thing I do remember people saying that if they had a garbage dump, when you redo your garbage, what's it called? What's that
Landfill.
called?
Landfill.
No, not a lamp. At home, when you just put your garbage in and you toss it around. Compost pile. If you had a compost pile in X amount of feet of your colonies, they had hive beetles much worse and much quicker. So, was there a connection there? Is there a connection that they're living off of the sugars of things we compost? Yeah, compost. There
I
you
don't
go.
know.
But
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's interesting. I mean, if
This
you-
is even a better picture. I think this is when I first used the towels, maybe right when I learned about them. It's even a better picture. There's not as many towels there, but you can see all the beetles that were caught.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Isn't that crazy?
And they roll them up like that. They roll the towel.
The bees do, they kind of pick at them, I think. They try to pull them out and they can't, because if you hook it between the top and the back of the hive, they can't. But so what they'll do is they'll kind of put propolis on it. They pick at them. And when they pick at them, I think that helps catch the beetles too. But the bees try to remove it and fluff it up. I think they do that with the Swiffer sheets too. But if you don't have those towels, if you just lay them in there and you don't have them secured on the sides with the hive, the bees will drag them out. They just drag those suckers out. They don't like them. But they'll catch those beetles. They really will. They do a good job. So I just say, just use whatever you have at your disposal. Just use all the different things,
So the
that's what I say.
moisture. So this is something else I thought about, because this year was the first slime out I've had. I mean, I had a handful of beetles. So I went from a handful of beetles like the last 2 years to my first slime out this year. But what was different about this year was very wet. Now, the first year I was a beekeeper in 2018, I remember them saying it was very wet. I was brand new. I didn't know anything. But this year was very wet and I had hive beetle problems. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
that's
curious if,
Yeah.
we've had very, very dry years, where we were in a drought, and now this year was very wet and the beetles just went, they just exploded. Is there a connection? I don't know, but
I think
it's a
probably
connection
so.
in my yard.
I think shade plays a role, type of soil. Greg talks about that wet soil that he has on part of his land there where he had hives, where he had a real
Mhm.
issue with them. He moved him away from that spot to a different spot, and now he doesn't have the problem he had then. So, like I said,
Biddy talks about that.
yeah, it does. It makes a
Biddy
difference.
talks about that exact thing where he had him on a wet area and moved him just a couple hundred yards. Now, I'm not wet here. Like it's not a wet area here, and if mine are in full sun, so I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else I do. I think it's made a difference. I spread Grub-X around the colonies. And I mean, people like the guy from Georgia that did the talk said he didn't think that would make a difference, but I have a lot of people that swear by it. And
Oh,
I
sure.
spread it around them, once every couple of months, 2 or 3 months, just right around the base of my colonies, around my pallets. And the high beetle pressure has not been as bad. I still have high beetles, so it doesn't eliminate them, but it hasn't been as bad as it used to be. I just had a problem. It seemed like I lost a lot every year. This year, I still lose a few, but nothing like I used to. And I think it's made a
Well,
difference.
yeah, GrubX is the same science as GrubX is for grubs, so it's going to have the same science as diatomaceous earth, where it's going to destroy the larva. So yeah,
What he said,
yeah.
the active ingredient in GrubX does destroy the larvae, and that's why University of Georgia has been experimenting with putting it in pollen patties. The active ingredient, they don't just put GrubX in it. They purchase whatever the active ingredient is that's in the GrubX, and so they've had really good success. It doesn't kill the bees. The bees eat it; doesn't bother them at all, but it kills the beetles. But so what he said at that talk last year at the expo was that the larvae have to consume it for it to kill them. And he said once they go to the ground,
Oh,
they aren't consuming anything anymore. They're in that they're pupating and they're not doing that anymore. So, but I don't know. It just seems to work. So I'm going to keep doing it. It's not. I
hmm.
mean, my wife always goes to. We always go to Home Depot at the end of the year when everything's on sale,
Hey, Jason.
and
Jason's on.
we pretty much just buy all the Grubix they have, within reason. And then I just have a stock of it on hand. You can get it for real cheap sometimes, and it doesn't take much. You just spread it right around the colonies and do it. I try to do it when I remember. And I did it this past weekend. I spread it in my bee yards and just walk around, and spread it around, and I think it's really helped. So a
I
lot of
just saw
people swear
Jason
by
come
it.
on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bruce. I just saw Bohemian Jason. It would be really cool if we would do a chat with all the originals from years from 5, 6 years ago, before we were even chatting.
Yeah, it'd be
Wouldn't that
fun.
be neat?
Yeah, Jason was
And
the first guest we ever had on the stream team. It was right after the
yeah.
Bee Expo that first year. It was,
Yeah.
gosh, Brian, what was that?
Well,
2022, I
too.
guess. And he
Yeah, I
came on.
remember
He was the
walking
first
past
guest.
Yeah.
when when you guys did. I remember walking past going, what the heck are they doing? Like, what is that? And then
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, then the next year it all made sense. That first year, then everybody, then it kind of there was more going on with it. But yeah.
I had been doing, Nancy, I've been doing live streams for probably 5 or so years. I would take
That's why he
my
gets so
laptop.
nervous. That's why he gets so nervous when he gets on. He's
Yeah,
been doing it
I
for
see
5
him. He
years.
I would take
shakes
my
the cameras.
Mike Berry used to watch that. There would be like 8 or 9 people. That's it. And I would take my laptop and I would sit in a chair literally right in between two of my hives. And
I mean, that's
I would
I've seen
set
that.
it there so you could see the bees right there. And I would sit
Yeah.
down in the yard and they'd be landing on me, landing on the laptop. And there'd be, I mean, at most, I think I might have had a dozen people one time, and we would just chat about bees, and
Well,
that's how we got hooked up. Is because another guy that Bruce was talking to was like, "You need to get a hold of that Brian," and
And then Greg just
oh,
randomly called me. And
yeah,
Brian, I
soon.
guess you happen to know Greg. I didn't know you knew him then, but somehow,
I
and then
bought bees from
we had that first one. We had like 7 people on, and that
him.
one guy. What was that one guy's name that was kind of crazy up there?
Chad.
Yeah, he was a mess. But anyway,
I talked the last time I talked to him. He no longer can keep bees. He got allergic.
oh goodness.
He
That's
was like he was doing better. He had gone through a divorce and stuff. He had some things go on, personal wise. But when he was on that time, I mean, it was hilarious. He was dropping choice words, walking outside smoking. It was
yelling at his girlfriend or wife or whoever she was.
hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, but since then, last time I talked to him, he said he had to stop. He had gotten stung and he landed in the ER. It wasn't like it was a minor thing. He had to go in the ER and the doctor was like, no more. So
Oh, the stream team and Bob and Lee. Yes, it was Bob and Lee. Remember? They were the
Yep.
second
Yeah.
year they had a live stream on.
Bob and Lee, and then
And
there
I was on it.
there was
Me and
Johnny.
Charlie were on it.
There was Johnny Walker, Hillbilly Earl, and who was the third guy that would do those? Johnny, Hillbilly Earl.
Johnny. I don't
Houston.
remember Johnny. I don't remember a Johnny. Or was he the third one that was with Bob and Lee? When Bob and Lee started, there was a third guy. Was that Johnny?
No, they would do theirs. Houston. Yep, Houston Shelton. Yep.
Yeah, Houston.
Yep. Yeah, those three did like a little hillbilly beekeeping
Oh,
thing.
Grayson. Look, the kid's memory comes through.
Exactly. Well, he has nothing else to think about.
Grayson, I'll tell you what, that guy is he's kind of like DC. He's just a trooper. He's always a loyal watcher and just a great
Oh yeah.
follower and person of the beekeeping community. We appreciate
Houston.
him. Appreciate Grayson. Grayson's not far from me. I've invited him to come down and do bees with me, but he hasn't come down yet. He's probably about an hour away at most, and he hasn't made it down here
Really?
yet. Yep, he's just real
Oh,
close.
Bruce,
Down there.
your honey has been flying off my table, by the way. I started taste testing because I got honey from Minnesota. Minnesota? No. Yeah, Minnesota. I think I got honey from Minnesota and then my honey. But so I'm doing taste testing, and people are picking yours a lot.
Well, it's unique. It's probably unique. I mean, it's from down here, and so people up there are used to the basswoods and the different things you guys have.
It's a different
But
flavor.
down here, it's it's a stronger flavor. And actually, what I've got in my bottling tank now, I just randomly, whatever I open up, it's like a present every time. It's a surprise. I don't know if it's going to be the lighter color or the darker color, but what's in my bottling tank now is more of an amber, a little bit of darker amber color. And it may be the same thing you got. I don't know, but it was from the same harvest, but I'm not sure. It may be just like what you have, but it is.
No, yours is
I'm pretty sure it's the tallow.
Yours is, that's what yours is, that's what you said earlier about that bucket I bought. You said about it being tallow, but it's fun to watch their faces. Minnesota. So I say, you're going to take a trip around the country. Let's go to Minnesota first, and then we're going to go down to Alabama. And I always talk like I get a Southern accent when I say Alabama. And then we bring them back up to Pennsylvania, and this is what you're used to. And you just watch their faces, just their reaction is priceless and then they buy, then they buy it. So it's kind of cool. I should probably
that is cool. Well, I'm just going to tell you, we have plenty. So, if you need some more, we can get you some more up there.
Cool.
It's crazy. I've sent some 5-gallon buckets out and they make it just fine. And then I sent a dang box of 1 pound honey, a 1 pound bottle of honey, like 15 miles away, and the lid was broken on it. I'm like, really? And they said, I got your honey. The lid was broken on it. It was broken, I guess, kind of broken off, but the seal was still on there. So they didn't. I was going to make it right, but they haven't contacted me back. But I'm like, how do you put it in a box and wrap it in there and get it stuffed in a box, and the lid breaks between here and Delville, just like one town over, and then I can send a 5-gallon bucket to you in Pennsylvania or to
fine.
What's your name? American Bee Lady out in California, and it arrives just fine all the way across the country. It's just nuts how that works sometimes, but
that's crazy.
That's our system, I guess.
I've never had one yet. Now, when I ship honey, I've got a certain honey box that I use. It's a box from Uline.
We do too. Yeah, we use Uline boxes. They're heavy duty. They're tough. Yeah.
I wrap the tar out of that thing. I've got these massive rolls of bubble wrap, and I think they're 12-inch squares, and I'll literally wrap like 4 of those things around a jar of honey, and then I tape it. So if anything busts, it's not from packaging. I mean, I go overboard with the packaging, but I know how USPS is, and they're not easy on things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Things go flying, right? They throw
Yep.
it in the truck, they throw it out of the truck.
Oh yeah,
They throw it to each other, and
yeah. We had ordered a appliance one time, and our mail lady here walked up, and it was like a ninja griddle thing, and she threw it onto our porch, and it was in the box, and like I seen it on the video, and I went outside and like I chewed this lady out, and I went up to the post office, and I wanted to file a complaint, and they said, "What proof do you have she did it?" And I pulled out my phone and I said, "Right there." I'm like, video. I'm like, she literally threw this thing like 6 feet.
Yeah.
But they're horrible with packages. So, it is what
all
it is.
right. Yeah, no problem. Well, thanks guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And in the Philly thing, when so down at the expo, I'm down there with all the Southern guys, and there's not many women beekeepers to begin with, but then you throw in a Philly chick, and oh my gosh, you should just Mr. Ed, he just doesn't even know how to handle me. He just sits there and his mouth hangs.
Yeah.
But
He's
that's
there.
just all I'm
Wow.
going to say on that. So I try not to talk too fast.
Are you from Philly? Is that where you're from? Are you from Philly
Yeah,
or
I'm
that
from
area?
here. I'm from where I live. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So, but anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, it's going on. I'm going to be pushing 3 hours here, 2 hours and 56 minutes. So I am going to wait 2-3 more minutes to get a whole 3 hours in. But
There you go.
Okay. That's fine. Brian, tomorrow night, right?
Washington.
You got
Yeah.
it on your channel
Yes,
tomorrow?
you guys are so.
Brian's channel
Yeah, try to do
tomorrow.
a rundown at the end. So you guys, stream team is tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night is Ricky. What's Ricky's new the Bee Connection. The Bee
Yeah.
Connections Thursday. Friday night is Sawmill Charlie. Saturday night is Joey.
Joey.
Me again, Joey. And then Sunday is
Tim and Hannah.
Gunline.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim
Gunline.
and Hannah, and then
I'll be-
back to Bill. Shenandoah Bee, who's my sponsor, Shenandoah Bee Supply here. I'm gonna ask him about those beetle things, see if he can get. Oh, there's Mark.
Hmm.
Oh, Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, I would
but
just
whiz.
the Bye Bye Beetle.
Whiz.
I would just go on the website and see if you can send an email to whoever the owner is. I'm not sure what his name is.
Oh
He's
yeah, I'm
an
gonna try to
interesting
get him
fellow.
on.
Yeah, just he was kind of weird. He was kind of like, just try it first before you do a video on it. But I just went ahead and did a video.
Yeah, we don't got
So,
time.
No. Anyway, I just show people what I'm doing. I'm not really promoting any of these products necessarily. But I'm
Whiz,
kind of
whiz,
impressed with Jared
whiz.
Malcolm. He's got the beetle crushers and those little clips for the Apivar and
Those
Roxanne
little
strips,
clips are slick.
and they're pretty cool. Yeah, everything's 3D printed, but they worked well. I will tell you, if anybody's using Roxanne out there, people really worry about the fact that the Roxanne, when they lay over a frame like this, so this is a frame, they lay over the frame, they kind of bow out a little bit. And so the frame they're on, they don't really mess with. The one next to it, I've found, is the one that really, it kind of pushes into the next door frame. And the bees will clean the wax out under there and they won't lay. But it just doesn't bother me that much. And then I think we could take them out. They'll just build that comb back. I hope. It doesn't matter that much. But those little clips, they hang it straight down in the middle, so it's not bowed out at all. And then I actually did an experiment. I checked it out Saturday when I was going through them, and there's almost no indentation or damage to the frame, to get comb at all. They just hang straight down. They don't bow into the frame at all. They just hang straight down, and so it doesn't create any problems.
That's good.
And those clips will work both for Roxanne and for Apivar. Anything that has a strip that you hang down between the frames, you just clip it on there and hang it down, and they rest on the top of the frames. Those little white clips, and so. I mean, now for me, I put 895 strips in my colonies, so that's a lot. And then you figure if you're doing it with using those clips, you you tear the strips in half.
You have to cut them.
So double that number. That's how many clips I would need to do all my colonies. And so
That's a lot of work.
it's just not enough. It wouldn't be enough. I wouldn't be able to really do that with all mine.
Good night,
I don't-
Grayson.
But if you just got a few colonies, or even, if you're willing to take the time to do it, it would be worth it. And I'll probably still use them some in some of mine, but it's really kind of I love people like what a lot of people, Jared's doing. A lot of people are doing this. They're innovators trying to figure it out, trying to create solutions for problems. And I love it. That's kind of what the Bee Expo, that's kind of Cayman's whole, that's really the reason for the conference, is to get people thinking, to move the profession, or move the beekeeping thing forward. It's just really cool. And all the innovation that's happening right now is really neat. I wish I could think of something.
Oh, it's great. It's
fancy
great.
and cool,
Every couple months we have something new coming out somewhere, and some product, and we got you guys doing the videos and showing us, and then we come on and talk about it. I think it's
pretty cool.
that's what I like about the chats, is it's beekeepers talking to beekeepers, and we get Mark Miller's here asking about one pad formic. Well, so one of the reasons I don't use one pad of formic is because the reason I use formic is to get underneath the caps. When I am having a buildup, I want that formic in, getting underneath the caps. One pad is not going to do it.
Yeah.
So you might as well just do OAV if you're going to use one pad.
Yeah, I did a video with Tom Nolan about 2 or 3 years ago. He came down here and visited me, actually, and we talked about the formic. He is the North American representative, or he was. I think he still is the North American representative for the company that does the Formic Pro. And he talked about all the, like, I asked him a bunch of, Tom Nolan. I asked him,
we know him.
I asked him a lot of questions. I mean, in that interview, it's about 20 or 30 minutes long, but I tried to just pepper him with questions that people have. And you can use the 1 or the 2 pad method. The reason he recommended the 2 pad method is what you said, Nancy. Now, it is a little harsher on the bees, but it is a little better kill. And what I've noticed, I've only used formic a couple of times, but what I've noticed is it does do some damage to the brood. I mean, it messes it up a little bit. But what seems to happen in my case is that the queen comes back and lays with a vengeance. Like, she just comes back and just goes crazy and fills those cells back up. And once he said, I think he told me that in one country, maybe it's Australia or New Zealand, it must be New Zealand. I think he said that if you put, like, it's only 1 week is the treatment pattern time for that, because most of the stuff happens within the first 3 days. But here in America, it's 14 days. But I think he said one reason they might do that, or at least my theory on it, is that because the hive does look kind of rough if you go in there after a couple of days, it just looks really bad. And so just leave it in there until the queen has a chance to regroup, and then you open it up. It doesn't look too bad. But his question is 1 pad, shut the queen down, then OAV 3 weeks later. Mark, I don't think that would hurt. Would that hurt anything? I don't think it'd hurt anything, would it?
No. So I use formic. I'm on my 7th year using formic, and I used to use 1 pad as a knockback to get them ready for the 2 pads, just to get it, when I have that spring build up. But the 2 pads is what's really gonna, and it's 3 days is your flash. So within 7 days, I'm in there doing something with them. I don't wait the 14. I used to, but it takes a whole month. Once you do the 2 pads, you get that flash in 3 days. You got to wait a month until your queen comes back with a vengeance. If your formic worked. If your formic isn't whatever, they've had some years where they had some bad product come out, but if your formic is working, it's going to be about a month until she comes and kicks off like a brand new queen, and your hives are going to be clean. Like, when formic works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, I've had some bad experiences this year, but it's me. It was me. It wasn't the formic. It was what I was doing that got things a little screwed up. So, I am going to try some different things next year, just because it's time for me to branch out and try some other products. But formic is a good product if you get to learn your yard and how to use it.
That's how it is with most things. Most things work out well if you learn how to use them right. And if you figure out
Yeah.
what works for you, first of all, use the directions on the packaging. That's one good
Yes.
thing to do, but then you can tweak it a
Yes.
little bit to your own
That's it.
situation. ApiGuard is that way. There are several different ways to use ApiGuard depending on temperature and what your situation is. And it can be very effective, but it can also wreak havoc if you overdo it or if you do it wrong. But I've developed and then we could go on another hour about mite treatment, so we probably shouldn't dive into this.
Right.
But I really had an
Next
issue
week.
last year. Really had an issue last year, and
Next time.
Jason
watch
says,
some
"Wow,
tape.
there are directions on the pack."
Wait, I gotta put that one. I gotta
one
put
thing-
that one up.
Yeah,
What
one thing
Nancy
about
just
Formic-
stated is
That's
one
banana
reason
with
I
extra
can't use
screws.
Formic.
One thing about Formic though is you have to leave the packaging on. Like don't pull the wrapping
Bruce
off.
learned that.
Oh, you
It wasn't
can't.
clear. I pulled the wrap off. I did pull it
No,
off.
oh
I
no, you
did.
didn't. But that's
Yes.
just a goo. That's
Well,
just a goo. Like you can't
no,
even.
I mean, well,
He
there
pulled
is a
paper off.
wrap. There's a wrap. I pulled the paper off.
Yeah.
Not the
Oh,
actual.
okay.
So
No,
that's what I
don't do
pulled.
that.
Yeah, I learned that. Yes. I went ahead and treated the colony. I was just my first time trying it, and people were like, "No,
Yeah.
you can't do that." I did a video and everything, and then actually the hive did good. They survived and they did fine. But Tom, I called Tom. I'm like, "Man, did I do this wrong?" He's like, "But the directions are horrible. Like the directions are not good. If you don't really, I mean, you got to really read them close and really. It's easy to misinterpret that. I'm not the only person that's done that. I know that's true, but."
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm
But
sure.
after that, I realized you leave the paper on, and it does work better if you leave the paper on like you're supposed to. Anyway, I do need to hop off of here though.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I
we're
need to
all gonna
hop off
go.
too.
It's after 10, so we're all going. Thanks, guys. Have a
All
good
right.
night,
Good
everybody.
night, everyone.
See ya.
I'll see you
All
guys
right.
tomorrow.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right, I'm in too, Nancy. See you. Have a good
Bye,
night.
Tom. Bye.
Bye.